There he is.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, going live.
Hello. Sorry, I got distracted by poking one of our absent gamers. Welcome. We are here for a lot more shenanigans and chaos, thanks to our PCs, who are...
Mayhem await.
I just got done talking about being careful with, stuff, and then someone goes... Anyway, who would like to, for a bardic inspiration, give me a recap of the last session?
No, because I can't remember half of it.
I already have bardic inspiration.
You purr that stuff out.
Oh, not that, and I've already got inspiration.
No, you've got the winner's inspiration, which is different to bardic inspiration.
Well, this is true.
Which is why I've asked you guys to stop putting it up as bardic inspiration, because it's a different thing.
I need the reminder that it's there.
Yep.
I shall go worst case scenario.
Guys, just as a point, Ash, did we have a long rest at some point last?
Day hasn't finished.
Right.
But you were headed that direction. Basically, meeting is just broken up. Malcolm and G have gone to Silken Dreams. One to make Colin's camo gear and do research, get in touch with higher ups.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, it's been one of those weeks and my brain's just totally gone with what we were doing.
Would you like a recap?
Yeah, man, go on.
Yeah.
All right. We all split off at the beginning of the last episode. Malcolm and Taylor went to investigate Earl Donovan Bay's journal. And found out, hey, he's got a secret lab somewhere near Earl's Bay. Jadis sends some messages about promoting Daisy.
Can we just mute the Jadis? We can get the plastic or whatever it is cling and bit of munching over the mic.
Sounded like munching.
No. Oh, sorry. I was just digging out something underneath my desk.
Varys went to the library, found out the history about whatever inflicted the cartographers.
Mm-hmm.
Golda went to see Durran, and Durran had a doppelganger attack, and we discovered that healing potion apparently translates to dwarven brandy.
Mm-hmm. Durran. D-O-R.
Dorin.
Yeah.
Durran, yeah. Anyway, sorry to interrupt.
Everyone returns to the camp. Rim went to see Princess, cousin Nancella.
Mm-hmm. Grand Princess.
Yep.
Cousin.
Yep, then we all reconvened and we talked about things like exactly who's going where and what. I think. And we
kind of
implications of the...
Temmin was kind of shoehorning people in just to get it done because he got a little bit annoyed over the last couple of days at the arguing that was going on between the whole group. But sorry to interrupt.
Yeah. Messages were sent forth after the meeting. And we confirmed exactly where the 6 rifts were and stuff. And that is about the last 4 pages of last week's notes. Unless anyone else wants to add any.
preparations were underway for the big
Mm.
race as well.
My little steel defender.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I remember us painting the steel defender now named Kane. I want to say.
Pain.
Yep. Yeah, it's called Kane, yeah. And the infamous pink handprint.
He can see dead people.
In the
Yes.
eye of Bastet. Basset, sorry, not Bastet.
Basset.
No, poor
Basset.
Kane.
Yeah.
Kane's
You're
gonna be
not
so
coming through,
confused.
Triss? What's up? I have no idea what you're talking about, but okay. Side comments don't really work, man, because I can't hear on my headset because of noise cancelling.
Yep.
I got to focus on what's happening because we are rolling,
Mhm.
and I don't want to leave folks wondering what's going on.
What's going on, Ash?
Don't worry about it. As the group leaves, some going to rest, some thinking, pondering. Malcolm and G walk together back to the tent that is a shop for silken dreams. G starts humming as he starts working on. He gets out this sand-coloured cloth, looks at it, and starts working on a halfling-sized outfit. Malcolm goes into a back room to one side and starts communicating with his superiors in the Crownsman investigation unit.
He's actually taking a look outside just to see how alone he can be, how quiet it can be, if he can actually contact other people.
He's got the room to himself.
Okay, yeah. So he's quietly going to contact his other superiors and see if there's any information about
Okay.
a more specific location on this actual lab.
Basically, the same thing that was in the histories report to you. They know of the lab's existence, but with the change and shift of the continents and whatnot, due to the Phoenix Fall, half that they knew of doesn't exist anymore.
Okay, so but most likely around the area of Earl's Bay.
It is definitely under Wills Bay.
Yeah, yeah. He's going to make a note of that, and so he can share with the group.
Hey, Ed.
Morning, Ed.
Apologies for lateness.
That's all right.
Don't worry, get coffee.
That's coffee.
You got a moment, man. Don't worry about it. Just chill. Sorry. So, Malcolm, you'll make a note of that.
I'm making a note of that, and then heading back out, sitting down to have a conversation with Jay as he's working on Colwyn's outfit.
So, you sit there watching him work. G's kind of hands busy, eyes on what he's doing. Absolute professional. Maybe even humming a little bit as he works.
Yeah. Malcolm's sitting down, leaning his feet onto like a desk edge somewhere, watching him. Takes out a dagger and like picks dirt out from his nails. Like, so, G, was it?
Yeah, but most people around here just call me Kaplan.
Kaplan. Very well. So, what's your thought about where to head? What to do?
not 100% sold on this stuff. Like the research, all this research involved in the lab, it's not really me, but the Shadow Council stuff, it is. I'm not putting down my assistant here, Jeff, my assistant Jeff or anything, but yeah,
I sort of agree. The rifts themselves, I can't really do much about. My job's not mending or fixing any of those. My job's actually just guarding them, making sure stuff's not happening. I need to get to the bottom of this. Who's actually behind it? I think that's more the route I need to go, at least.
whilst I do believe that you don't have any tertiary allegiance by chance, just out of curiosity.
Any what?
Tertiary, third level allegiance, because he's just found out that Malcolm, who's pretending to be Brownsman, is also working for another sub-secret society.
No, there's not a third. There's where well, uh, I tend to be able to get in where knowledge for me is most convenient. I have ways to get around. Sort of say, I can't share all my secrets now, can I?
And neither can I.
This is true. But be assured, I do, in fact, as my cover, I do in fact do work for uh, for the crown as well. So it's not like we are not aligned or not do not have an allegiance or anything. We are in fact members of the same.
Co-aligned, let's call it. Your interests are co-aligned.
Yes. But yeah, so you are in agreement though. You think your path also is towards actually hunting down these people potentially behind this all.
Yeah, and the other thing is, I've been told to return to Sisay soonish.
Hmm.
And Earl's Bay, where they're going, kind of the opposite direction.
I agree. Also, this weird one, redhead. Uh, she did have a book, uh, uh, Earl's old journal, which I find odd, but I think she's in a position to actually get more done with the rifts than I can. She seems knowledgeable. I might have to give her some notes though, so to help her with translations stuff. But she, with that journal, with the knowledge she has, might actually be more fitting than me.
As you're talking, your assistant Jeff pokes his head in to the workshop, trying to draw your attention.
Jeff, what's...
Might I have a word, Master Coupling?
Of course. Excuse me, please. And
In a,
he leaves to have a chat with Jeff.
in a very quiet voice, he says, the dwarf that you had us looking for, the redhead, the Oleg that we were told to keep an eye out for. He was he's been found. He was some of our agents overheard him having a meeting, mentioning a fast boat from River's Meet and a quick journey to Earl's Bay, and mention of something called the Storm's Regret.
I know of at least one dwarf who will be interested in that. Do we know dates or times?
From what our agent said, it sounded like he was leaving tonight.
All right. I need you to deliver. I need you. How far is he with the design?
He's almost. You're almost done. You're a must, Tailor. I mean, been at it for an hour or two now.
I'm almost finished with the design. I need you to drop off and do a final fitting. A final fitting over at A2.
I can do that. Who am I looking for over there?
A Colin Munders.
Okay. Oh, find Mr. Mundus. He looks at that side. It isn't too late though, sir. He's getting on in the night. They're probably having dinner about now. I'll go over and I'll see how things are going.
Yes.
So G leaves and takes the sample around for fitting to have any to be in a position to make any last adjustments. Is there anything else you guys wanted to poke at there?
Not necessarily, no.
You're not coming through, man.
Kaplan is just going to update Malcolm,
Okay.
and yeah,
With the information you just received
yep, about Oleg.
about Oleg leaving, okay. Well, perhaps we should gather some people and make sure this Oleg does not slip through our grasp.
We'll see what the others, the others, including the dwarf, are being informed.
But you did ask Jeff to inform them as well as take the fitting around.
Yeah,
Okay.
Well, will they come and meet us here then, or should we meet them somewhere?
I did tell Jeff in a few minutes, so I'll say, and so I'll say like kind of thing. If you need to bring a few people, but if you need to bring at least Colwyn and maybe a few friends back for ideas regarding this, go ahead.
Jeff nods obediently. And out he trots.
Jeff, of course. When I say all this, it is somewhat coded context for go tell them about this.
Yeah.
Sorry, just
He's
in
aware.
case.
He gets it. Been working with you for years. Was that everything you wanted to cover at the moment?
Yep.
Okay. So back at the camp, everyone that's there is sitting down. As you were talking, Daisy did say that she was going to start working on getting dinner ready, and you come out of the tents to find a fresh hot meal there waiting for you. Tail end of the meal, you're just finishing up, doing a bit of washing up, cleaning. Is there anything that anyone wants to cover there while you're having that meal, talking about?
All I could do is a long rest, but apart from that, no, nothing.
It's tight, man. You're getting there. Golda
Yes.
is getting tired. So you're getting into the washing up, just getting ready to get to bed, basically, at this point, especially for our sleepy dwarf who's feeling a bit old and feeble because it's been a rough day.
Of no rage.
Yeah, I know. When a stranger comes up to the guards in the dark. Oi, now, who's there? I have a delivery for Mr. Mundus. Well, now, we're going to need to see a blood sample from you. Oh, yes, I've heard about this. Holds out his finger. Red blood. Comes into the camp. Looks at Golda. Are you Mr. Mundus? Addressing Golda.
No, lad. No, my name's Golda.
Olwyn sticks his hand up as he's finishing a mouthful of food.
Colin would be just over there.
As he's goes over to Colin, passes him thing. We need to once you're done with your meal, I need to fit this to you and see if there are any adjustments that need to be made. Possibly have you come back to the Silken Dreams tailor shop so we can complete the fitting.
Okay.
It's your camouflage race gear that you wanted.
Oh, right. Yeah. Perfect. Sure. 2 seconds. He takes a drink, sort of belches off to one side, shakes himself. Right. Shall we?
One moment. He goes over to Golda and goes, we've received some information that you might ideally, with the he looks around, sort of a bit nervously. With the state of things happening, it is probably safer if people travel as a group, so that we don't have anyone disappear and then reappear as someone else.
Good precaution, laddie.
Would you like to come with us, Mr. Darkfist, to ensure the safety of that?
Intriguing. And my axe is always willing to help out.
If you wouldn't mind coming with me.
Aye.
Looks around and proceeds from the camp, leading you back to the Silken Dreams for your final fitting.
Final fitting sounds like someone's about to give me a coffin.
Well, they are trained assassins, so yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly. But Golda's going with you, which has probably raised your suspicions a bit.
Mm-hmm.
That something's afoot.
Very quickly before we go on, because otherwise it's going to bug me. What was the name of that Man with No Name movie where he goes to the village with the 2 warring families? Is that A Fistful of Dollars?
Think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Could be.
Good enough for me. Thank you.
I know which film you mean, and I can't remember it either, Ed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just if I don't clear that from my brain cache, it's going to sit there.
I know
and
it's
take
not
up.
the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Is that the one where it's what's his name, Clint Eastwood, and he's like kind of get 3 coffins ready, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fistful of Dollars.
Hey.
I only know about one particular bit, but that's only because it comes up on YouTube Shorts so many times. I've never actually watched the film.
That's all right, depending on what you like. But anyway, now that is cleared, okie dokie, let's make tracks.
So you nervously follow this tailor back to Silken Dreams, and he takes you back into the back room where you see G. Kaplan and Malcolm in quiet conversation.
We meet again.
Oh, then.
Jeff
Right.
leans into you, leans in to talk to you very quietly there, G. Says, I couldn't impart the information, sir. There were far too many people around. I wasn't sure how secure you wanted that information.
Very well.
And he proceeds from the room.
Gentlemen,
Gee.
I invite you here for a couple of reasons. First of all, seeing your metal dog, I came up with an idea to dress you in the same type stuff. And I realise that time is of the essence, given this race is coming up tomorrow, I think. Second of all, I found I found someone who's almost a body double for your friend here, but he has red hair.
Oh, you absolute beauty. I could kiss you. I'm not going to, don't worry. But I could.
That's the halfling up. Does that mean that we've got a eyes on Mr. Bastard?
And by the sound of it, from what you said, Coughlin, it sounded like he's attempting to make a way tonight. Was it?
Yes, I have information that he is planning on leaving tonight and meeting a fast boat, which will go all the way to
Earl's Bay.
Earl's Bay. That's the word. Yes.
Well then, gentlemen, time is of the essence. Let's sharpen our weapons, shall we? And you've not seen Golder this his eyes light up like this in ages.
Do we have a location?
I'm guessing Jeff told me. You're not
Yes,
coming
he-
through.
Hello?
Jeff
Hello.
did impart that. Sorry, I was muted to let you guys talk. Jeff did impart the information that the agents had seen it, that he had left, and those agents were following him. So there are several agents there. You can literally give them a kill order if you want, G.
Not
I have
quite yet.
Yes.
Or take into custody, whatever.
How dangerous would you say he is? I know he's enemy number one for the Dark Fists right now. But would a couple of my men who are tailing him be able to take him?
No, we can't risk that. It needs to be us there, I think. Their help will be greatly appreciated while we're there, but we need to be there. He is dangerous. Nothing that we can't handle, but I don't think you're too. The problem is he might have a few people with him. So if we're all there, we've got. I don't want to put your men in unnecessary risk.
I agree.
Not saying they can't handle themselves, but I think we need to be there.
So you think the four of us
Malcolm.
can handle him?
I reckon so. Unless there's anyone else you can think of that we need to tag along.
Is there anyone else in your party that you would recommend?
Oh, I mean, Jadis is always good in a wee fight. Colwyn, I have no doubts about, but
Owen's there at the meeting.
Owen's right here with us.
I know that's.
He's going through all the people,
hitting.
not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And of
I'm
course,
going to the people who aren't there.
and of course, a healer might be good. Just worst case scenario and all.
I can help on that part.
Ah, well, of course. You are are you cleric?
Among other things, yes.
Excellent. Aye, well, we've got as healer then, so I don't know. that Ren character looked kind of fun too.
Just mentioning it, every second we talk more about this, he gets further away.
Well, let's be about our business then.
Well, there's no docks here, so what's the shortest route? If he was going to take a ship to Earl's Bay, what's the shortest route out from the city to actually get towards a dock?
I think they've got him kettled up at the minute in a place. Let's get our asses in gear and let's go there.
His plan is his plan is to catch a boat from Riversmeet.
Right.
Gee,
But
you have,
he's still in place at the minute.
you'll need to get in contact with your men via sending concern, etc. Or Jeff, Bill.
I'll get in contact with my men. Out of character, what the hell did we just decide to do?
The four of you are going to go murder a dwarf.
Well,
Or at least
capture him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Capture if we can.
Fun
Right,
times.
Let's go. Colwyn, you all right with this? You all ready?
One moment. He kind of roots through his pack and gets his flute out and proceeds to play the opening lines of the Kill Bill theme.
Nice.
Not quite what I was going for, but there's only so much you can do with the flute. I'll need to speak to the bards later. Anyway, let's walk.
So,
Let's.
I already have some fast horses waiting a block away from here.
Oh, that's pretty dramatic, I suppose. Not as dramatic as strutting, but pretty
so
dramatic.
to your information, he is heading towards a stable on the southern side end of the Dune City.
Onto the horses, full speed ahead, straight after Oleg.
Okay, I need a D20 from everybody. Animal handling.
Also about to say, guess who? Remember, fellas,
Animal
not
handling.
everyone here.
Right.
Not everyone here is good at.
11.
Okay.
Although somehow I manage it.
Sure.
Well done.
Just need a Malcolm and G.
Yeah, I'm just trying to read up something because I have some stuff as a mark of nature, human.
Just
No,
activate
that's
your character, man, and
yeah,
you
I'm just
should be
reading.
active. I was talking to Tris.
Oh, yeah.
Should be able to.
Oh no, that's just for animal friendship and speak with animals. Okay, so
How'd you
normal
go
animal.
with- Just
natural 20.
Nice.
yep.
Sweet.
How did you go with your G Kaplan man? I've activated him. Sorry.
Do you want me to roll again?
Yep, I didn't see it. It is not coming up for whatever reason, man. There you go.
Have you
That's a
claimed it?
ring. He has.
I don't have the join above VVT option though, so
Right, so logs.
If he's activated it after you've pulled the cheat up, you may need to close the window and open it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got him there. It's fine.
Refresh.
It's not coming up on my log.
it might not be enough to have it just activated. You might actually have to go in and
He's
click
got
the
it
claim.
assigned. He's come up.
Okay,
It's fine.
yeah.
G. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
This is going to be funny.
I've literally just got your text message. Ed sent me a text message saying, "Hey, I just realised I slept through the alarm. Start without me. Be there in 10." I've literally
There
just
you go.
received it.
You see the
Oh, hello
horse.
too.
You see G. Keplin's horse rear up as he gets onto it and go flying through the air, backflip, land on his feet, run, and jump back onto his horse.
Whoa.
Neat trick there, J Bub. Time's of the essence.
Aye, that's it. I'm quite impressed. Good work. Right, shall we away?
Aye.
Let's go.
Yep.
I am doing rolls with each one of these to see how Oleg's moving as an awareness. So you start down that avenue, horses at a run.
Can I just point out that the idea is to keep the horse a little bit away and then sneak up?
Yep, you got to
Cool.
close the distance first. It's a big place, man.
Yep, I know. Just check.
So I need another animal handling check.
Hang on, I thought that with the things that were kind of going on,
right.
it's clear that he's been rumbled. So
No,
wouldn't he?
he's being watched.
Right. Okay.
He has no idea he's been caught yet.
Too bad.
So
I think my horse sees something it doesn't like.
I think all of your horses see G's see something that they don't like. Golda, Malcolm, doing fine until Colwyn drives his horse straight into the side of both yours.
Whoops.
Watch me riding, man.
I told you I'm not good with horses.
So you are slowed down and going to take a little bit longer to get there.
I will.
G, hold up. G, I'll let you do whatever you do in a second. Or you get a message over your sending stone saying that he has started moving quicker, almost as if he's looking over his shoulder, as if he's
Mate.
aware that something's happening. Nord, Malcolm.
Yes. As we're riding, I am going to click this, speak with animals, and just relay to the horses. Just find a line, find a marching order, and don't bump into each other, please, my friends. He says to the horses, "Guide, be helpful. We need to get somewhere fast."
Your
That's
horse
a
kind
spell.
of looks at you and says, "Tell that one there not to run into us."
Yeah. Hey.
Roll animal handling with advantage for the next.
Who?
All of you for
Right.
your next roll.
God damn it, 11. Let's be the advantage.
That's a pass.
20.
13.
Nice.
19.
So G is out in the lead. After that one, you guys got held up. G is just powering on, and you guys are charging. You get a message over the sending stone. Oh my god, he's disappeared, and then cuts off mid-sentence. One last animal handling.
With or without
No.
advantage, Ash?
Advantage. Sorry.
Okay. I'll roll one more time then.
11
Yeah,
again.
21. 21.
So, screaming down this main line. Gee, you get a message from the other agent. Oh my god, he's killed. He starts to say kill and cuts off as well.
My men are down. Hurry up.
So much for being stealthy.
You are stables inside in the distance. You see a dwarven figure there. How close are you getting with these horses?
If we
Dwarf-
see him,
He is
Shouldn't we just
running.
ride straight in?
Yeah,
Right into him.
As far as that goes, G is going to try and run him down, and then do a backflip or something, land next to him, and start punching him.
Righto. So
Good
I want
luck.
you to
And
you know
Golden's
what?
doing the
Initiative order.
same.
Roll initiative.
yeah. No.
16.
2. God damn it. I had something I wanted to do as soon as I'm within 60 feet, though.
Yeah, but having the healer go last isn't a bad move.
No.
Considering what me and G are about to do. It's probably a good idea.
What initiative is? Dun, 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 dun. So, Golda.
Mm-hmm.
Double movement with the horse, I'm assuming. Close the distance.
Yeah.
Horse screams up. What are you doing from there?
What he does every time.
Jumping off the
Somersault
horse,
off.
axe coming
Yeah.
off.
Off the horse, axe
Well,
ready.
first up,
Wham.
dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving. Oh dear. No.
You've done it before.
Four.
It's worked for you. Doesn't this time. You
Oh, well.
basically somersault off, land on your back on the ground. You take 4 points of falling damage. The impact.
Yeah, okay.
Is he prone?
He's prone.
Yeah.
You land beside Oleg. He
I will
was running.
get up, basically.
You've
That's
used your
because that's all I
movement,
can
man.
do.
No, you've used your movement with the horse
Right.
and the backflip. Oleg stops, looks at you, and there is an absolutely evil smile. Colwyn. Sorry, G is next.
All right. Can I run in with the horse, jump off, and get an attack in, or is that?
Same deal, man. Double movement with the horse and dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Shit.
Lands a little heavily, but is on his feet. It's not graceful by any means like his previous backflip off the horse, but you're on your feet and you can do your attack.
Can I, as far as this goes, can I choose to do like conscious damage? So like
Yeah,
the
you
goal
can
is
make
to
it
knock him out.
non-lethal.
Yeah. The goal is to knock
just-
him out, not to kill him.
At this point, I'm going to assume that you want to do non-lethal damage. Is that correct for everyone?
Yes. Well, for me at least. Can't speak for others.
Golda can't rage, so.
Oh, you spent your rage points?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's been a long day for Golda.
Yep.
Yep. If I hadn't spent my rage, I would be a doppelganger by now.
Yeah.
All right.
G, make your attacks, man.
26 to hit.
Roll your
Oh.
damage. Okay, now.
9 points.
Okay, do you have a second attack at this level?
Yes, I do, and I can also do a flurry of blows.
Okay,
Oh,
flurries
nice.
of blows is different, so put that in first if you want.
Flurry of
Roll
blows
extra
is a
damage.
bonus action, yeah.
Yeah. It's based off doing it off, yeah. What's his name? Yeah.
Do
Oh
you
yeah,
have
as a bonus action, yeah.
do you
Yeah.
have stunning strike?
Stunning strike. Beast mode.
Yes, I do actually. When I hit with, yes, can I upgrade
You
that one?
can.
All right,
Yes,
I
you
shall.
can. Just make sure
Sorry,
you're
yeah.
marking off the key points.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not 100% down on this
Yeah,
character
it's
yet.
fine.
I've designed it, but I haven't looked in ages. All right.
Yep. So make sure you're marking off key points to use these abilities.
Constitution saving throw DC 13, please.
DC 13, Constitution. Let's go. Fails it. He is paralyzed to the end of your next turn. Stunned till the end of your next turn.
Cool.
So you watch from down on the ground, Oleg, as as you've come up and rolled off onto your back. G. Kaplan has somersaulted over Oleg, landed a little bit heavily, turned around, and smashed fist right into Oleg's temple, and he just looks rocked.
And he hasn't finished all his attacks yet.
So attacks are made with advantage now. Automatically, any attack is with advantage. With him being stunned.
This changes a lot.
Oh, yeah. That's why monks are so useful in battle.
Stunning strike is an absolute beast mode when it works out. Becomes
Yep.
a lot less useful as constitutions go up, but yeah.
All right. So flurry of blows now.
Yeah, go for it.
He's
That
also
bitch
got
up.
second attack as well.
Mm-hmm.
17 to hit.
Roll your damage.
Another 10 points there.
Oh God.
And
Right.
I think you have a second regular attack as well.
Also, open hand technique special. Whenever you hit with one of your flurries of blows, you can impose one of the following effects on the target: full prone, if a dex saving throw, get pushed, or if it's against saving throw. So I'm going to try and knock him prone with that flurry of
I will
blows.
say that he's stunned. It's going to work regardless. It's an automatic success
Yeah.
since he's stunned.
Yep.
Is that another key point to use that?
No.
Oh,
Open hand technique does not cost a key.
Nice.
It's part of his flurry of bows. He's already spent the key point on flurry of bows.
Yeah.
Mm. It's an addition rather than an extra.
How many key points do you have at level 5?
5.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Monks are lethal, man.
Mm.
And one more attack, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Yeah, normal regular attack
With advantage.
with advantage.
Let me roll that one. Oh, 17 hits anyway, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Roll
you
it
could
again in
get a
case you get a
critical.
crit.
Yeah, exactly.
Never ignore advantage, man.
Not a critical.
Okay.
Still hits.
So roll your damage.
Another 8 points.
You are just destroying this poor little dwarf. Right.
Poor
So
little dwarf.
he is innocent of all wrongdoings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
You see blood.
Colwyn, you see this nondescript Tailor just go off his horse in fluid motion, just rock this dwarf's world, knocking him on his ass. It is your turn.
So he counts as stunned, right?
He's stunned, so he's stunned and prone. You have advantage on melee attacks, but he is.
I'm going to hog tie him.
You go for it. So you cover your distance.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do as well. Tie him up.
Honestly, if you guys want to do that as a team, go for it. He can't resist.
Yep.
I was going to ask if someone could just hold him in place while, because not to toot my own horn,
No
I think I'm the
holding.
most dexterous.
No holding necessary. He's prone and stunned.
You can't resist.
can do what you
Yes,
like with him.
for a turn. That takes it's still going to take a certain amount of time for that. In the same way that if a drunk falls over, you can't expect that he's going to stay fallen over for the entire time. He might suddenly get up and have.
So initiative order is Colwyn, Malcolm, then back to Golda.
So I will assist Colwyn in getting him tied up.
So you're going to roll him over and pin him down?
Yeah.
So roll strength for me. Actually, no, it's going to happen regardless. You've got him grappled. He's considered grappled.
Golda will help if he can, because he's obviously got to sort of get up and.
That's double grappled.
Golda is strong enough to hold him down.
So that's fine as a group action. I'll consider that a group action. Golda and Malcolm will hold him down while Colwyn starts tying him.
Malcolm is going to ask, does any of you guys know if this guy is a spellcaster of any kind?
He was able to disappear and get and he was able to disappear and he was able to catch up to my guys.
Right.
So
I will take a piece of cloth. I will take a piece of cloth and gag him.
Yeah, good precaution.
Okay, so you've got him grappled. Who's got him grappled? Golda?
Me.
You're gagging him, Malcolm?
I'm gagging him so he can't do any verbal component of verbal. Yeah.
Colwyn's tying him. That's sleight of hand for me, Colwyn.
With advantage?
With advantage. You're like, what advantage? You're going to milk that for all you're worth, guys, aren't you?
Well, yeah, it turns out I needed it.
Hang on, do you have reliable? Do you have reliable talent?
Very good question. I don't think so.
Because if you do, you can't roll lower than 10, basically.
No,
I'm not sure if we've reached that level yet, or if we have, I haven't taken that feat.
That might be
it's
a higher
an automatic
level.
thing.
Might be higher level.
I think it is actually.
It's at 11th level.
Oh shit! Never mind then. Okay, yeah, well, but he does get advantage with us aiding, right?
He did have advantage.
Yeah, that's the thing. That was the roll with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need everyone to roll a perception check.
Oh God, is it him?
No.
13.
10.
Mm-hmm.
My passive is higher.
Nope.
So
what's your passive?
Mine's 14.
My passive is 13.
What's your passive, Golda? Sorry, you got talked over.
14.
Colwyn, as you're tying him, you're the only one that notices this. He is fumbling with his ring behind his back, and you see briefly the shine of the light on a sharp needle embedded it as a cap opens on it. and you see him prick himself with that on the other hand with that needle.
Healing potion in him now.
You need to remove whatchamacallit.
Remove poison.
Yeah, or something of similar.
That's not an ability that I have. I do the
We've
poisoning.
We've got a cleric with us.
Lesser restoration.
Yep.
That does remove poison.
Yep.
Yeah, but his statement was that you need a healing potion in him now. Not that he's
Do I
poisoned
have
himself.
time to
You have
expand?
it's a 6-second thing, so you've got. I'd say you've got about 3 more seconds.
He just poisoned himself.
Okay, then I will do lesser restoration then.
And it is your turn. A lesser restoration.
Mm-hmm.
You hear
Let's
him
see.
gagging and just talking and yelling at his behind the gag.
Does it sound like he's like it's frustration, angry
Yeah.
yelling? Yeah.
Inside.
Insight. Oh, +6. Oh, good thing. 12.
He is not a happy dwarf.
Yeah.
Well, fuck him.
Colin. Again going to try and prick himself with that needle.
Grab his hand, and see if I can't slip it off his finger.
Sleight of hand. Or you're just using force.
Well, the thing is, I'd need to use sleight of hand, otherwise I'll end up getting pricked.
Yep.
Point taken.
His hand
Advantage
off.
or just standard check?
Standard. He's no longer stunned. He is going to fight you. I am going to do a contested roll there.
I am
Cannot
really
get
trying
it
to
off.
hold him down.
I'd say at this point, with the number of years there, can't overcome your combined strength that you've got him
Yeah.
pinned.
I can use an athletics roll if you like.
You can go for it. You can do a contested athletics.
That would be a 16.
Yeah, he is not. Yep.
Are you
You're
trying to get
going nowhere, laddie.
Sorry, Betty.
Are they just trying to get a ring off of his finger?
Yep.
Why don't they
The
just
other
cut the
thing.
finger off?
Yeah,
I
I was
was
going to
gonna
go
say-
there.
I was about to. I was actually about
Well,
to.
if I cut the finger off, I can't break it later when we torture him.
Well, he has 9 more.
You can just rub salt into the wound. Literally.
Vanny, you are an evil. Anyway.
So that brings us back to the start of the thing, Golda. You've done the
Mhm.
contested roll. Is there anything that you'd like to do other than continue to grapple him?
Render him unconscious, strangle him. Sorry, this is not my turn. I'll shut up.
Am I sort of sitting on him to hold him down?
Basically, if that's the way you want to do it, yeah.
Cool. Then as I'm sitting on him, I sort of grab his hand and twist so that he can't do anything with that particular hand.
Okay.
So I'm
you
literally
separate 'em.
holding his. Yeah, and basically, yeah, I've separated his arms.
Okay.
And I'm
Contested.
holding this.
Contested strength, straight strength.
Is it straight strength or is it athletics that I'm trying
Just
to do?
straight strength, man. I don't have an athletics value for him.
Well, that'll be 20 then.
No bonuses unlike you, so I can't see him beating that. No, 14.
Mm-hmm.
He's an assassin. He is not that strong.
Yeah. So I'm holding the ring. I'm holding that hand
effortlessly.
now.
It's my hand. You can't do anything, lad. It belongs to me now.
Pretty much.
Brings a whole new meaning to the term "death by my hand."
So I believe that brings us to Malcolm. Or G, sorry, G.
He's going to say, Malcolm, my guys. and he's going to look around for any. He's going to look around for any further enemies and for his men who were struck down.
Is it investigation?
$15.
In the distance, you see off to either side of that alley, about 50 meters away, two shadowy shapes on the ground, unmoving. As you go, do you go over to them?
Can I request that in feet? Just because
100 meters to feet. Eesh. Let's just call it 100 feet then.
it was 50.
Yeah,
It
no,
was
it's
50
fine.
meters. Yeah, all right.
100 meters. Call it 100 feet. I'm sorry, I don't work with freedom units.
No,
As
just
our American friends
it's just
call
it's
it.
good to keep everything in the same unit. I don't care what we work in, as
Yeah,
long
no,
as we
it's fine. It's fine.
keep the thing.
It's fine. We should go with feet since that's what the game's written on.
Well, spells are described in feet, so.
He's
100
gonna
feet
run.
is less than 50 meters.
He's gonna run towards his guys.
Guys. What's your movement?
40 foot.
So double movement, that's 80 foot. 20 foot from one of them. Let's say you go to the one on your right as you're facing them. In the low light, you could see them in a pool of their own blood.
Well, that's really my turn. So
Which will bring us to. You guys really messed up his day there. Bring us to Colvin.
Okay. So, are his hands bound? Is he properly gagged?
You
Becca,
haven't
can you
tried him.
please
He's
stop
gagged.
coughing into the mic?
You haven't bound. You haven't tied him yet.
I haven't tied him yet.
Because it was
Okay,
basically a fail last time.
that's
Don't forget
true.
that I'm holding his arm so that you can get the ring off, which you should be able to easily do now.
Sleight of hand with advantage if you want to do that.
Yep. Much better.
Nice.
Without too much effort. Without him being able to fight and move, you take the ring off. It's a nasty piece of work.
Carefully drop it into an empty pouch.
So you reset the cap on it and drop it into an empty pouch.
Nice.
I think that's my only action I can take.
Yep.
Apart from words, so that'll be my turn.
Malcolm.
I'm gonna make it a lot easier, or attempt to make it a lot easier to tie this guy up, and I'm gonna cast command and command him to not resist as we tie him up.
One word.
Yeah.
What word?
Freeze?
Freeze. Yeah, just basically freeze.
Okay, and what's the...
That's a wisdom saving throw of 14.
His body locks up. Feel his muscles lock up.
Tie him up, lads.
Nice. I like that one.
At least he didn't resist it like the kitty.
I dare say he's got other things on his mind at the minute.
Brings us back around to Calder.
Oh, I'm tying him up.
Right, so honestly, sleight of hand with advantage due to your experience as a sailor.
A crit. 22.
You know not. Been tying them all your life. Those hands are not going anywhere. You don't want them to.
Yeah, I'll sort of tie hands and feet.
Yep, hogtied, gotcha.
Yeah.
He is
So-
not going anywhere.
Just
Probably
Can
not
I
the
also-
first time you've.
Can
Probably
I
not.
also give him a little slap as well?
Yeah, go for it. Roll an unarmed attack on him.
Yeah, I think that one hits. 25.
Yeah, I was going to say it hits anyway, but because he's kind of bound and gagged and not able to resist.
I'll give him
So-
a little tap. It's just 5.
Well, he's prone. Is that an automatic crit?
It would be. So
It's still
there you
5.
crit is double, so 10.
Outright. Yeah, so I just punched
Oh,
him
double
for 10.
dice, but yeah. So it actually only
There's a lot of frustration in that punch.
so he's down, and
Yeah,
that's where we'll
and you
end
just-
combat and initiative.
Yes.
Right, and you just hear Golda just go, right, time to face the bosun's lash, laddie.
So where do we bring him?
Colwyn
Uh-oh.
gives an address, and then he turns to Golda and says, "You get the last word with him, but I go first."
Oh, yeah. I'm looking
Good.
forward to seeing
Glad
the
we're
work.
satisfied with that.
Oh, Colin,
Also-
you've been a big help in getting this. All you laddies have, and I've got to thank you on behalf of the Darkfist clan. You are belting people. Right, shall we go and see what we can get out of the wee bugger? But I suggest, Malcolm, go help G with his men, will you? Just see if
While
there's
you're
anything
doing
you
this,
can do.
Gee, since you're the one that's a little bit off, I want you. What's your passive perception?
12.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay, you don't see them.
Permission to make a insight roll.
Go right ahead.
I'll tell you what it's for first, because otherwise it might be meaningless. We have an expectation that we've cornered this guy alone, but we know that he works with other people, including important folks. So where are they? Chances are something's gone on. But again, that's out of character knowledge, so I want to see whether or not my character can intuit that, or if he's just caught up in the
Yep.
moment.
Go for it, man. Roll, make your roll.
Mm. Good point.
You could do an insight or
Whoops.
wisdom.
Permission for, well, it's the same as +0.
Go for it.
Just as Colwyn's getting up, he's saying, "There's just one thing that doesn't feel right here. We work as a team, right? And the Imperial agents, I forget what we're calling them, they work in teams, right? Gangs, work together. Where's his crew?"
Well, we can spend time looking about for them, or we can get this one to safety so we can actually get knowledge from
As
him.
you're saying this, what's everyone's passive perception?
13.
14.
13,
12.
14, 12.
13.
Give me 2 seconds.
Oh, sorry, I'm getting a phone call. One
You're
moment.
right.
Yeah, go for it.
You hear. Who hit the 14?
Me.
Golda, you hear in the distance a dwarven voice speaking the runic language. Very soft, very faint. And you feel the body that you've just tied go limp. He's just had the word spell power word kill cast on him. And there is a flash of light, and its dwarven figure silhouetted as it steps through a dimension door. The same spell that he used to escape.
Is
To the
that
best of your knowledge, in River's Meat.
I can't remember if that spell actually right out kills a person or if
Outright
it's
kill someone under 100 HP.
Yeah. Yeah, it just nukes you.
yeah, but does it just bring you to 0 and death savings throws, or just instant kill?
Instant kill.
Okay,
It's an instant kill, yeah. There's no way back from power word kill.
Yeah.
This was
Well-
a dwarf who did this.
Mm-hmm. And it was
Wouldn't come
you heard the spell cast in the ancient runic language.
If
of
only you
dwarven
knew
kind.
somebody who could speak to spirits.
Aye. That's not a problem.
I can speak to dead.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
We've got Ren. Just take him to Ren. Ren can question him forever and a day. And
Bring it
do
to
everything that
the
we need to.
Bring it to the camp.
Yeah.
I'm guessing none of my characters' skills are Well of the Dead doesn't exactly count. Sorry, what did I miss? Because I got that phone call just as you were saying
basically,
something.
the only one that barely noticed it, and only barely, with his passive perception of 14, the guy had a 13 stealth. So anyone 13 and above noticed it, but the one that really caught the bit was Golda. That he had actually. Anyone who speaks Dwarven?
Me.
Yeah, I know you do. I meant everyone else.
Not
no,
me.
I speak the lesser tongues.
Not me.
Sorry, Malcolm.
Nope.
Oh, okay, so you wouldn't have understood it anyway. You wouldn't have got the. It's not dwarven. It's more like ancient dwarven sort of thing.
I'd know what it is, not necessarily what he said.
You, as a nobleman of the clan, would have a kind of basic understanding of it, but you wouldn't know it. No.
Yeah. Question is, Ash,
Mhm.
I'm struggling to remember a dwarf in Rivers, mate. Where was it we came across him?
You haven't. You haven't
Have we
met
never
this guy. You've never
We've
met him.
not met this dwarf at all.
Oleg used, to the best of your knowledge, in the warehouse, Oleg used a spell similar to what this one used, Dimension Door, to escape.
Right. Got ya.
Whether he was a caster or not, or if he used a scroll or...
Well, this is information that I definitely need to get to my cousin as well. Other dwarves involved. You know, casters particularly. Plus, we need to get Oleg here to Rin.
Oh, so someone killed him.
Power
Yes.
kill.
Yeah.
That's what I was asking when I said, what did I miss?
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, basically, yeah. This guy.
Key detail. I mean, should have passed it, but never mind.
He was
Oleg
eliminated to shut him up,
Just
basically.
a question: what's the casting time of power word kill?
I think 1 round min, instantaneous.
Just kill.
It's quite
I
quick.
assume.
It's quite quick from what I remember, but it doesn't matter because he could have been watching and preparing the spell as we did all this.
One action, 6 seconds, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Duration instantaneous.
Yeah.
Range of 60 feet. And he rolled high enough stealth that the only one that would have been aware of him as he was approaching would have been Golda, which is why Golda saw him and was aware of it, but he wasn't quick enough to react to it.
No, well, nothing I could have done anyway.
Yeah.
But to be quite honest, Golda was a bit tied up with things, literally. So he probably wouldn't have noticed the guy until the last minute, which is what happened. So
Yeah.
And Golda just turns around and just goes, "Oh dear, I think he's just been killed by wizardry. I'd like to suggest
Fantastic.
no. We know someone who can speak with the dead. Let's get him to that strange cat girl, Rin. That's her name.
Well,
All
I
right.
don't
can
know where
interrogate
she's.
him.
I don't know where she would be yet now, but maybe we could get hold of her and
She
have
is
her
like
lead us.
no. I know. She's a high representative for her people.
Question, Fanny, where is Rin at this point? Did she stay for dinner at the camp?
She went to go talk to her cousin about horses for
Yes.
the Rift
Yes.
hunting team.
That is true. She's gone to the keep. Again, that same floor that your cousin is on, Golda.
Mm-hmm.
And she had actually
Well-
told the entire group that that's what she was going to do.
Ah,
But
thanks,
when
Fanny.
she left.
I'd forgotten that detail. But aye, well, let's get. So the Golda just goes, let's get this one to Ren. I think she said she was going to be in the keep. So let's get this one. Tie him to a horse, get him to the keep as quick as we can, get him interrogated. Colin,
Okay.
with
Yeah.
me, Malcolm, see what you can do to help G with his men. We'll pass on any information we get to you all once we get it.
Golda, Kaplan. Golda, Colwyn head to the keep. Kaplan is kneeling over one of his men, checking his see if there's anything you do there, Malcolm.
Yeah, I'm walking over, just leaning down, having a check, see if they're just incapacitated or if they're dead.
Dead as a doornail.
Yeah.
They've got more blood outside of them than in them at this point. And obvious looking at them, yes, they were assassinated, but basically how he did it was brutal and cruel, and it wasn't a quick, painless death. He made sure it hurt before they died. It was quick, but he made sure it hurt. Like he took pleasure in their pain.
I think we'll have to get hold of some guards to help clean this up. There's no turning back for these guys, at least not within my current skill set.
G, in fact, G looks down, kind of sad, and you served as well. Close their eyes and rummages around their bodies for a few items before. Yeah.
So you get the sending stones that they were using to communicate, anything that might have identified them. And it's basically lying there now to nondescript men that have been murdered.
Yes, and after this, G grabs his ring and cleans off his clothes so that it doesn't look like he's been interfering with the bodies.
Okay.
I'll move up to see if there's any guards about.
So it doesn't take you long. You find a guard, a pair of guards walking in partnership.
Yeah,
bring
I
them
walk
to
up
the
to them.
cops.
Walk up to them, present my investigation identification, and then bring them over and basically.
How can we help you?
Yeah, I've been doing some investigation here. We have everything under control, but I need your help to clean up these streets. We can't have these bodies just laying about.
Oh my God! What happened?
It's a need to know.
I don't think we need to know, sir.
Well, we had a tussle here, and these poor people sadly got caught in blind fire.
Oh, collateral damage, sir.
Very much so. If you wouldn't mind bringing them over to a coroner.
As you command, sir. Sorry, that you were going to say something.
I was going to try and come up with something, but never mind.
That's good enough.
Yeah.
Keep it simple.
So they sort of start to organise to have their area cleaned up. Bodies taken to a area to be prepared for burial, or you to come by and investigate.
Just making sure to let these guards know that we already have the culprit taken care of, so
Okay.
so they don't have to go digging any deeper.
Yep.
They're probably quite happy about that, to be fair.
Yeah.
So, Colt, that is probably an anticlimactic sort of bit for Oleg, but you know.
No, I
It was
like
a
it.
bit.
In terms of you can never expect things to always go your way, no matter how well you do or how well you do. Life will sometimes just go thwack.
It just go, nah.
Get
Anyway.
rooted.
Right.
Life finds a way.
Mhm.
God, can we sort of try to stop plagiarizing things a little bit?
Well,
I
a
know
little
I
bit, maybe.
I know I started it with the Crownsman. I'm aware of that.
Yeah, did a bit, yeah. But yeah, when we get back to the keep, Oleg's going to throw him over his shoulder,
Mhm.
march straight up
The
to.
guards kind of go, oh, what's going on?
I think we've caught a criminal here.
It looks
A
like
dead
you
criminal.
murdered him.
We did.
Well, he did try and murder us first.
They kind of stop and they're not sure, and you kind of just go past them. They don't actually try to stop you. They're just a little bit.
Groundsman business, go back to your drinks.
Malcolm
Nice.
kind of raises a brow, looking at Golan like, "All right, yeah,
Malcolm's
okay."
not there.
I'm not technically wrong.
Oh, okay. I'm not
Yeah,
there.
Malcolm's
Malcolm's
Never mind.
not there yet, mate.
No.
You're still cleaning up the other bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just sort of say to the guard as I'm going past, find Tamend and send him to the Dark Fist quarters, will you?
He hasn't returned after. I think he was heading over to the dancers camp, the troop camp, A2. We'll send someone over.
If you could send someone over, thanks very much. And he literally rides up to the steps and then throws Oleg over his shoulder and walks straight up to Dorin's door and hammers on it.
Oh, yeah, come in. What's going on? The doors get thrown open.
I walk in with him over my shoulder and then just slam him on the desk.
Oh, you bring me the best presents, cousin. Looks at him.
there's
Did
a
you get your
small-
answers out of him first?
Sadly, a dwarf wizard actually killed him. We tied him up, as
Raise
you
an
can see.
eyebrow.
And I don't know who this dwarf was, but in ancient dwarvish, he did something like kill, 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 and then Oleg went dead. However, we know somebody called Rin. She's a small cat type person who can communicate with spirits and the dead.
Oh, I think she's with the Mal princesses party.
I was going to nip along and see if I could grab her and see if we can't get some answers, cousin.
Oh, you do bring the best news and bring me down with bad news, but if you could bring me a little bit of better, that'd be nice.
And I wouldn't mind a wee sniff of that brandy when I get back and all. Right.
What brandy? I'm waiting on a new shipment.
You didn't,
Mal.
cousin.
I'm joking.
Really?
You think you nearly think that I'd have wouldn't have brought sufficient supply with me, do you?
Aye, there is that. You're the one. Right, I'll be back
So-
in a minute.
As that's
So-
happening, Ren sitting there, enjoying a meal with your cousin. So, how many horses would you need there, cousin? Vinny?
Yeah, Manny.
Are we vanless?
I don't know.
No, it's just for some strange reason, push to talk isn't actually kind of working.
Ah,
Yep, never mind.
Oh well.
Oh, one for each of the party members, including me.
so I think you were saying there was 10 of them? Or do you mean that some of you are going in one place and the others are staying here? So was it 5? Or
5.
10? Okay.
Just 5.
I will have things for a moment. Motions a servant over, talks to them briefly, instructing them to go to the stables and purchase the mount for you.
This one is most grateful.
I cannot have my little cousin go off and not be fully prepared. Gives you an indulgent smile.
This is going to be fun.
You deserve to see the world.
I will write often.
I'm just glad that you took the time to clean up those claws of yours with that paint on them. What was that pink?
We were painting.
Raises an eyebrow, smiles.
It was fun. I should like to do it again. But with
Huh.
brushes.
Yes. There's a polite knock at the door. Yes. Guard pokes his head in. Your Excellency, we have a dwarf from the Dark Fist clan here to see you. Or more accurately, to see her lady, Rin.
Oh, somebody wants to see me?
Galda is brought into the room.
Your Excellencies, thank you for seeing me.
Oh, I am not an excellency. I am
think-
just Ren.
I think he was talking to me, person.
But he said
I
plural.
was.
Yes. Maybe
He's got an
doesn't
eye for
understand.
detail as that one.
I
Because there's
thought-
Colin behind him.
I'm not familiar with your ranks and titles, I'm afraid, but I know your cousin herein is an excellency.
We
Yes.
appreciate your respect.
Ren, if I may, your excellency, Ren, we have managed to capture Oleg, the rogue of my clan, who we finally got. Sadly, one of his own men killed him with some wizardry. We'd like to
Oh, you wish to speak to him?
see, sadly, yes, please. We need answers. And I thought instantly of you and your interesting skills. If you could assist us, that we would be most grateful.
I will give it my best.
Thank you, ma'am.
She gives a bow to her cousin and waves and kind of toddles off. Oh,
And
which
Have fun,
Galda
way?
cousin.
bows.
Looks at
Golda
Golda.
bows. Thank you, Your Excellency.
I understand, though, Master Dwarf. If anything happens to her, I hold those that travel with her responsible.
Absolutely. Don't you worry about that. I like her. She's an interesting person. I'll do
Smiles
everything I can to
politely.
protect her.
See that you do, sir. And waves you from the room.
He
Dismissing
Golda
you.
bows again and
Sorry,
walks
just
out.
to be. I really apologise for interrupting, but Colwyn is there as well, right? Because he said,
Yes.
Colwyn, come with me. Yep. Sorry,
Yes.
just he wasn't. Colwyn was not addressed. Well, I'm thinking, wait, have I invisibled? Sorry, continue.
It's just that Golda's putting himself right out there in the front as a dwarf
Yeah.
of a noble house.
Makes sense.
Because he
because
has
he
the
knows
bloodline and authority.
he wanted Colwyn there because any answers he knows are going to get back to the old trade, and they need information too. Not that his
Yarp.
cousin won't pass it on, but he'd rather have Colwyn there with him because Colwyn knows how to ask questions and interrogate people. He doesn't. You know,
Mhm.
So
he might be a barbarian, but he's not stupid. Yeah.
Exactly. Not going into that. Three of you make your way back to Plain Lord Doran's chamber.
Doran, if I can introduce, I don't know if he's met Colwyn before.
Don't believe so.
No, I don't think.
I'd like
yeah.
to like you introduce you to Colwyn Mundus, a good friend of mine who I travelled with,
Mr.
an
Mundus.
excellent gentleman, and of course the Lady Wren.
Salutations.
Nods to Colwyn. Ah, Mr. Mundus! Greetings! Takes Rin by the paw. By the hand.
She immediately kind of shoves her hand out, kind of flicks her hand out of his. Do not touch.
I was just going to be polite and gentleman and just bow over your hand, you know. No, not going to smooch it or anything, but that's fine. This is what I get for trying to be on dwarf-like and show some manners.
For clarity's sake, Rin, it came unplugged. Why is it that you should not or cannot be touched, or is to be avoided?
Oh, I just don't like touching.
Okay. Important.
Fair enough. Not even a bit of a scratch behind the ears or something. Yeah, don't worry about me.
You'll have to forgive my cousin a little. He does like having a bit of a laugh. Our apologies, Lady Wren. If you could attend to this piece of dwarven garbage, I'd
So
appreciate it.
this lady's the one that can see the beyond the veil. Well, let's leave him to the work there, cousin, and I'll pour us a pint.
Good move. Right.
Is he a restless one?
He is there beside his body, screaming in fury and yelling abuse at Doran and Golda in an almost non-street stop scream. It is the vilest language you have ever heard.
Rin doesn't speak Dwarven, so
It might not necessarily be Old Dwarven.
He jumps from that common. He is speaking in multiple languages at this point. The worst curses in 4 dialects that he can think of. He's speaking
Ash.
Dragonborn, Common, Dwarven, and Tabaxi. Yes.
Just as a point, I am going to fill in Rin and what happened in the circumstances of his death.
Yeah.
To Rin so that she understands what happened and Wasn't us that killed him. But I
Doesn't-
know he hates
Doesn't
us.
care. He hates you with a fiery passion.
Oh God, yeah. Which is
And-
one reason why I think my cousin is telling us to go out the room so we're not a distraction.
Oh, I've not heard that one. What does it mean? She asks as he kind of says one of the curse words in common that she kind of vaguely understands.
Pauses, blinks. Oh, you can hear me, can you, lass? You can tell this rotten filth to go crawl into the abyss.
Why?
He took me off my ship. It's my ship. I should have been captain.
Who made that decision?
It's mine to make. I made that decision. I had the brains. I had the ability.
That sounds very selfish.
Glowers at you sullenly.
But you are dead now, so you do not need ship.
It's still mine.
Oh, no, you can't take worldly possessions with you. Once you're dead, you're dead.
Then it should be sunk.
That is still rather selfish. Does that mean that the previous captain should have sunk it before giving up captaincy?
Oh, he still sails it. Rattling bones and all.
Oh. Then it's not your ship if it still has captain.
Oh, it's mine. He obeys me. The necromancers did wonderful work with that crew. It's only a shame that that rotten bastard there escaped.
Oh, I think he's very nice. Drinks too much, though. But that's dwarves, I suppose.
You'll
So
not
why
get a
did they
word
kill
from
you?
me.
So why did they kill you? That doesn't seem very nice.
He starts to speak. And then something you've never seen before. His face, his spirit twists in agony as he tries to answer you.
Oh, are you okay? That's wrong. Oh, what have they done to you?
You see black bands spread around the skull of this dwarf. Black veins spreading through.
Chained you. They have done you wrong.
Ow! And you see those cracked blind veins come cracks, continues to try and answer, and slowly, each time he tries to
No,
actually
don't
bring
speak.
this information to you, the soul slowly
Oh, please don't speak. Please stop.
cracks and shatters and
Oh.
dissolves in sheer agony in front of you.
Oh dear.
Malcolm,
Mm-hmm.
whereabouts are you guys heading after dealing with the guards and the bodies?
Well, I was thinking let the guards bring the bodies because we're done with those, in his opinion, and then try and head his way over towards the keep as soon as he was done with the guards.
You doing the same?
Kaplan's going to go back to A2 and personally tell people about what happened.
Okay, so you're heading to A2. Malcolm, at this point, you walk into here. Rin communicating with the empty air in front of her. And her trying to convince someone not to do something. And oh dear.
What's going on?
His soul. He tried to speak, but the black bands twisted in pain, and he shattered.
Hey, what?
His soul is gone. Is it a permanent gone? Like,
Basically,
even-
it shattered, and you saw those shards of him floating in the air, and those bands and those veins become chains, drag him into a black, pitch black rift with a sense of flames burning in the background, as if his soul has been claimed by a very dark and very unpleasant place.
Oh,
He has gone to his just reward in the afterlife.
he sold his soul, and it claimed him.
Colwyn is there, by the way.
Mhm.
He's with.
Does she? Did
Rin.
she? Did Rin describe like the chains, the blackness?
No, I haven't described any of that.
Okay, yeah.
So, Golda, Doran sitting there. They've actually left the room to have a quiet drink too, so that
Yeah.
his name Colwyn. The ones in the room at the moment are Colwyn, Rin, and only just arrived Malcolm.
I'm not even sure Speak with Dead will actually work.
In order to
Well,
speak with dead, there's something got to be there for you to be able to speak
n-
to.
no, the speak with dead does not speak with the soul. It speaks with the body. So the body I could speak with the body, but it's not necessarily
Mr. GM,
compelled.
is this accurate?
This is accurate.
Yes, it is. But the body will not necessarily be compelled to speak the truth. It'll have to answer, but it does not have to answer the truth if the previous owner of the body was not seeing us as allies. If it's viewed us as enemies, he might not have to speak the truth. So we might get something out of it, we might not get something out of it.
Comes down to what you can believe on it.
And we'll only be able to ask 5 questions.
Entirely up to you guys what you want to do.
And
Okay, well,
right.
if we're gonna do that, I might have to wait until tomorrow because I do not have it prepared.
You've got a
I
necromancer
can
there,
do it.
man.
I can do it. And Rin will cast Speak with Dead.
Be bound. Is the body still tied?
Yep.
You see the body there shudder, flop around on the table a little bit.
Malcolm will lean down and take off the gag.
right now, before we do anything else, what are we going to ask it? Because I feel like we've jumped ahead a bit here on diving straight in. No offense meant, Rin. Just got to be very careful because of what it might construe as a question. I've heard these stories before.
This is true. I think maybe those who knew of this person best would be the ones to ask questions, or knew the situation best would ask questions.
Okay, Golda, follow me outside for a second. We'll be back in a couple.
Golda's not in the room, man.
Oh,
You went to a side chamber to go have a drink, so because
all right.
only
I said in which case I'll go and get Golda.
there you go. Because
Just hold
Golda
there
and
for a
Doran
bit.
were just getting nothing but a torrent of abuse. As long as they were in the room, he was not answering any questions, so they removed themselves.
Fine.
Golder will
We've got
bring
10
Dorin
minutes.
with him.
So they come back in.
Well, I don't want them in the room. I want them just outside of the room. So
So you
we-
duck
we
into the
can-
side room to have a chat with them.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so
So
we're
just
just
How
doing.
goes the question, laddie?
Sorry, I think Nord wanted to ask something briefly.
Yeah, I was just going to ask very quickly. I can't remember. I'll have to look it up. But does the spell specify who gets to? Can anyone ask questions, or does the spellcaster have to ask the questions?
That it doesn't actually specify, so that
Doesn't
can be an
specify.
RP thing, or
I do believe that anyone actually can ask it. I think the spell is just activating the ability to question the corpse.
Mm-hmm.
From what I understand.
Yeah, as far as that goes, if you follow it's interesting because if you follow the rules set forward in the officially licensed D&D movie, the latest one, anyone can ask the questions. So that's
Yeah, I'm
double
not.
canon?
I'm just reading that there's nothing specifying who has to ask the question.
so it can be up to the DM whether or not that's a thing.
So first thing you
But,
hear on coming into the room there, Colvin,
I-
is how
I
goes the
will-
question? And
Whoa! Sorry.
Hang on, let Vanny speak, please.
I will say that my Rin's speak with dead is actually through the Eye of Basset on her forehead.
Mhm.
That's what grants her the ability. So it's not actually the spell.
have you got the actual information there? Or is it just referring you to the spell?
Oh, it's I've got it on my. If you have a look at my character sheet, because you can see my character sheet, can't you?
Yeah.
I've got all
me
the
see.
information of the spell and whatnot there. It's just that I've got it kind of labeled Eye of Basset. That's what allows me to give me the spell.
Can I just raise a point? If that is the case, and it being a special ability, I would possibly say that Rin has to be the one that answers the question, but it's only in Rin's case because it's a special ability. That
Let me
she
have a
gained.
look.
No, it's speak with dead.
Let me have a look. Sheesh. Still
I think we might need a break in the not too distant, so we can
Yeah.
have everything nice and eased out, and that's it.
Yeah. Okay, with this one, it actually states it. The Eye of Basset glows with divine light, and a single touch allows the bearer to draw the spirit's body spirit from their rest in order to speak with the caster. The spirit can only hear and speak with the.
It's only in effect while the caster remains in contact with the body, but only lasts 13 minutes.
Problem is the word
There's
spirit,
no
Fenny.
spirit.
For that one, for the normal spell, it'd work, but for this one, it won't.
Right, okay.
Because it's still an interaction with the spirit, like her normal ability.
Yep.
Oh, so it's not speak with dead.
It's a specialized version of it.
Okay.
Oh,
It's
it's
almost
Animate
speak with
Dead.
spirit.
Animate Dead is the one that she's got.
Okay, so there you go. Creates an undead servant, so it's a different thing.
Yep. So, no, Rin doesn't cast that.
Yeah. So we won't be able to question it until tomorrow.
Oh, well,
Actually, roll a d20 for me, Fenny. Because Basset is the keeper of the veil.
20.
Ooh.
Nice.
You reach over, touch this body, and the eye of Basset glows brilliantly. And you hear a feline voice in your head. You wish to speak with this one a little. Let me fetch him for you.
Oh, thank you.
And you see a shadowy cat image come back, dragging the soul of this dwarf back like a a mouse or a kitten that it's caught, carrying it by the scruff and dropping it back on its body, which merges with the body, which stirs.
Oh,
The
he is going to
pale
be
light
so
glowing in
fracked
his
off.
eyes. So back to where we were in it.
Yep.
The pain, and there's almost a sob to it. So back to where we were with Colwyn and whatnot. Before we start on this, did we want to? It's 2 hours in. Did we want to take that break? 15 minutes.
Please.
Yes, please.
Yep.
So 25 past, guys.
Yep.
Mhm.
Sounds good to me.
Hmm.
And we are back with a dead dwarf whose soul has been dragged back from beyond the veil by a cat goddess by the scruff of his neck like a dead mouse.
Yep, Colwyn's moving to get in touch with his contacts. I'll make a.
Athletics.
Yep.
Yep. I want to see that first one's a pass. I need 2 more. Is everybody else holding for you or not?
We've got questions ourselves.
Yeah.
So pass again, effortlessly. You get to Jack in about 2 minutes flat. It is the fastest you've ever run. You are puffing like a steam engine by the end of it. Get to
He's
you.
dead. Speak with undead. Cast. Go with me now.
One last athletics check. Don't even wait to see if he's following you.
My blood's up. But I'm going to need to have a
Okay.
sit down, and I'm not going to be doing much talking for a little bit.
Jack manages to keep up with you. Hold up. Get back to the room, puffing and panting. In the meantime, in the 4 or 5 minutes that they're gone,
Mhm.
what are you guys doing? Rin, you activate the spell. You watch as the soul gets dragged back.
She is just remaining silent at this moment.
Okay. Golda. With the
I think-
knowledge
Giving
that
it
the only one
fatigue.
that can ask it, the only one that can ask it questions and have it answer is Rin. Though I don't think she specifies to you.
Right. Well, from the door so that he can't kind of hear. I don't think he'll be able to hear us anyway. I think it'll only be Rin that he can talk to. So
Mm.
I'm keeping out of sight, but I just go, do we know what happened to the ship? There's a storm's regret.
Oh,
I think those are
I know what happened to the crew. He'd said
Rin?
already that the necromancer had done a good job with them.
You see Golda go pale.
Do we see him?
You're
He stood
standing
up.
in that room with him.
Okay.
Yeah, you see him just go pale and sit down. My
And
family.
it was a shame that they hadn't caught you as well. So I think you are very lucky.
Doran's face, white, daggers, just falls to his knees.
I do not think it's a good thing.
We might be dealing with a ghost ship full of undead then.
Oh, yes, most definitely. Hmm. That's probably not a good thing either.
As you
Notice-
talk, these words are just. Doran flinches with each of these words. It's like each one seeming to be like almost like a blow.
I mean, that's our family. Mine and Doran's family.
Oh,
You know.
I am sorry. I did not know.
Yeah, my
Don't worry,
sympathy.
lassie.
Elder, you
What?
remember that after Doran's father wasn't dead, he retired to captain the Storm's Regret.
Uh-huh.
And was it your father that was the second in command or the commander, captain? Because one of
think
them,
he was the commander and the first mate was his uncle or something.
yeah. So his uncle, who was a former High Lord, retired to sail as second in command of the Storm's Regret to just get the hell out and
Yeah.
just enjoy the sea.
Yeah.
Once Doran was old enough to take the reins.
But Golda basically just splutters out. Get the answers of who's behind this, please. Who is behind all this? And you see Golda just shaking. He's just heard that his family's just got wiped.
She is going to address the corpse. Who is the necromancer that helped you get your ship? He seems
So-
very powerful.
He is very powerful. And I don't know his name.
Ask what clan this necromancer is from. He'll have markings on him.
Did he have clan markings?
Darkfist.
This Golda sort of explodes.
Feel free to roll insight on any of these questions if you want.
Rin is going to.
Crit 21.
You remember,
I
Golda,
9.
that this is a lying son of a bitch, and there has never been a recorded wizard in the Darkfist clan.
He lies.
Oh, that's not nice to lie.
Anybody else need a question?
But then,
There's nothing
I
saying he has to speak the truth, though.
I know.
Nope.
But then, I suppose, with you out of the way, it's the necromancer's ship now, not yours.
Was that a question or a statement?
That was a statement to the corpse.
Yeah, it didn't sound like a question, so he doesn't respond.
How many questions have we got?
Or more.
3 left.
Wait, haven't we only spent one?
That's 2.
Because
was
that was the follow-up question.
Oh, right, yeah.
Anybody else think of a really good question that we can get out of this that he can't
But we're still waiting for Colin.
But what was the 2 questions? The first one
Adam
was
character.
Who's behind it, and who? Well,
he
who's the
didn't know.
necromancer?
And
And
who's
what
the
clan
necromancer?
markings?
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, didn't your friend Colwyn want to have some questions asked of him as well? Might as well see if they can make it back before we spend
I
all these.
As you've spent the time with Golda and Doran recovering from these hemiblows of shock and horror, Colwyn, can you make a Constitution saving throw as you come back in the door?
We'll find out.
Mm.
11.
So Colwyn staggers in the door, hands on his knees as he stops before he throws up from the exertion.
nice.
A tall, hooded figure strides in behind him, barely out of breath. Takes in the scene.
I sort of pipe up from the background and fill him in what we've asked so far. There are 3 questions left.
Do we know who he serves?
A necromancer
sounds-
that he doesn't know the name of.
No. Does he serve
I
him,
have-
or was he working with him? Is a different question.
Good question. We feel, and we might have discovered that. Shit, I'm trying to find it on here. What was that Baron's name?
Cedric Carnell.
That's the
Mhm.
one. We've got a good idea that it might be Baron Cedric Carnor that he's working for, but whether he's I don't think he's the ultimate boss. But I don't know who this dwarf necromancer is. He's certainly not of our clan.
Should we ask about the doppelgangers? About the rifts?
A quick question to the rest of you guys.
Mm.
Do any of you guys know that if this person, Oleg, have any family, anyone he cares about that we know of?
Baron looks up.
I
He has
I
no family. He was exiled.
Yeah, essentially the Darkfists were his clan, and he is basically the worst kind of traitor.
All right,
So
so
he
we
would-
can't threaten him. We can't threaten him by
No.
hurting someone
His
he loves
own-
unless he speaks the truth. Then
His own
Ah,
father would have spat on him if he saw him.
and I'm pretty sure he turned most of them undead on the ship.
well, we could always threaten him with chopping up his corpse and feeding it to vermin.
Don't think he cares.
No, he won't
Might
care.
not.
There isn't really much we can threaten Oleg with. He's already dead.
No, I mean they have been recorded a number of times where threatening a corpse actually works.
2 questions, Cat, so I can return to my punishment.
Oh. Okay. We haven't much time. If there are questions to be asked, I need to ask them.
Let's do a thing here. So, with Colin getting back, I'd say it's been about 6 minutes. So, Bip.
Jack, you're
Let's-
the
oh, 7
expert.
minutes and running.
Jack,
Actually.
ask your questions, man.
Give me 2 seconds before we get into this. Let everybody see that for a second before we get it running.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, go.
Mm.
Hey, we need to know who's behind Oleg. Who's behind these attempts on the Shadow Council? Who do they serve? What's the deal with these rifts? What are they doing to them?
I ask the first question.
So, who do you serve?
Yes.
I serve the Shadow Hand. I serve the Soul Knife.
The soul knife.
Two
Rin's
questions
basically
left.
just going to. Rin's just basically now going to repeat word for word the questions and answers as they're spoken. So
What? Why are you destabilizing the rifts? Glory. We were promised glory and the world would be ours.
Yep. Answers can be cryptic.
I do think they broke their promise when they killed you.
I was
That's
a
not very nice.
liability. I was a liability. They had every right to.
One question left.
That wasn't a question. He answered it of his own free will.
Yeah, but there has been two
Yeah.
questions
But
from
yeah,
Nick.
yeah, and he's only
Yeah.
got one question left after that.
Up to you guys. Jax asked what he felt he needed to ask. Actually, he has one more. He looks at them. You all. He goes, I want to ask them, are all of the Shadow Hand tied to this? Or if there is a faction war amongst them, similar to the rest of us.
That's a very good question, and whether we can trust some of them or not. Important to know.
So Jack looks at you, Reno, and says, ask him if all of the Shadow Hand are aligned with this goal.
She does.
Aye, we all serve the purpose.
Insight check.
Roll it.
Yeah, I'm doing one on that.
Yep, same.
22.
Well, that's a damn sight better than I did. I've no idea.
7.
Malcolm,
Mm-hmm.
he is speaking the truth.
I believe
All
he's
of them are
truthful.
aligned to the Shadow Hand. As you say this, the body goes limp. The light that was in his eyes fades.
Well, I guess that answers that. We can't trust any of them.
Rin pats the corpse. You are not a very nice person, but you do not deserve what you are getting. Good luck.
Yes, he
Body
does.
rises up from the corpse, looks at you, glares, snarls, gets pinned to the ground by a giant shadowy paw that only you can see. Bassett leans forward, looks you across the face, that spiritual sort of veil roll. Take care, kitten.
Thank you, grandmother.
There's a slight hiss as she picks the spirit up and pads away, passing through the veil.
I don't think we'll be seeing that spirit ever again.
I think you could be right there, lassie. Thank you, Ren. Thank you. You've cleared up many things for us, however disturbing they are. We couldn't have done without you. Thank you.
Oh, Ed was
Sorry, we
right,
couldn't
Ren.
keep him alive. Sorry, we couldn't keep him alive long enough for proper questioning. Jack.
Agreed.
It's all right. The only other question I had is, with these rifts of yours that you were talking of that we've heard so much of, was the fire rift the first? So
Well,
possibly if it was.
you guys were talking about storms,
I
and these are events from dating quite a ways back. Is that correct?
the storm that got me was definitely well, it was obviously before I even got anywhere near Honeyheath. It took
Very
me a while
well.
to get through the Great Wood.
If that is the case, other rifts might already have started to fail.
Jack frowns, looks at you. You're the man that knows where the rifts are.
That is correct.
Is there? He looks at Darn. Darn, have you got a map of the lands? Give me a moment, lad. I'll drag it out.
Was
Okay,
Rin
so-
there? Was Rin there for the discussion on the rifts?
Yeah, I think
I think she's
possibly.
been filled in on it by this point.
Yeah. The question.
I think that
Mhm.
I think that the order was wrong. The rift at Honeyheath was not the first.
No, I believe that is true. If the storms, as you said, is dating further back than when your group was in Honeyheath, I think that may be correct.
So
The question is, with the storms, is it the water elemental or is it the air elemental?
Darn comes back with the map, lays it out on the table, unceremoniously shoving Oleg's body off to lay it out. Jack comes to the table. So, looks at Malcolm. Can you mark, but do you mind if they mark on the map where these locations are? Oh, aye, lad. Go for it. I've got a dozen of these.
Very well. Takes out a piece of charcoal, black, like coaly charcoal, and circles around different areas. Well, the fire rift is here, and he marks around Honeyheath, the area around Honeyheath. The plane of air rift is around Mount Kaminari over here.
Lythan's roof.
Yes, Lythan's Reef.
Mm.
The rift to the plane of water would be Sibyl Archipelago.
Sybil and
Archipelago.
Archipelago,
Yeah.
Deep Cause Rudder.
Archipelago.
He
Deep
pauses you
Colorado.
there. Hold. Looks at Doran. Looks at Golda. Can you show me where your ship went down?
And Golda doesn't. Well, he says, I don't know where it went down, but I can tell you where I came off.
Mm-hmm.
And
You
he
would have
points
actually
to-
had if you would have been assisting with the navigation and the charts and whatnot, and as a bosun,
yeah.
you would have had a fair idea where it was when you ran
Yeah.
into the storm.
and which direction it was probably heading. As it wandered,
You
it
were
sailed
heading
off
straight
the
into
distance.
you were right near the Sibyl Archipelago, the mark
Yeah.
there, even though you know there is literally no landmass there.
Yeah.
Does
You
this
were
map?
somewhat to
relay
the west of it, but it was the closest point to you. Taps your mark of the ship and goes, maybe the interaction between fire and water.
This might be true. And the water failed first then. Does this map also include the White Wastes?
It does as
Okay.
such, but it's there is no marking on it. There's a mark of coast, but everything else is there. It's a small notation.
All right, so
Wasteland,
he'll
uninhabitable.
he'll just like say that the abyssal, the rift to the abyssal plane will be somewhere in the White Wastes. Malcolm would probably know more exact, but yeah.
He would know of it, but he would never have actually been there.
Yeah, I've never been there, but it's somewhere in the White Waste. Infernal. The rift to the Infernal is, of course, within below the Imperial Palace in Saisei. And then you have. Do you have a map of the Underdark, perchance?
The under what?
Mm.
Oh, I mean, the under what, lad?
The Underdark.
I've never heard of it.
Mm. Would Malcolm have like a sort of?
Nah.
Nah. Well,
It does
well,
have a forest of bones, and you know it is beneath the forest of bones.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Well, he marks the area and the Forest of Bones. Like beneath Forest of Bones here lies the Underdark, or lies Mykonos, a part of the Underdark, where you have the rift to the plane of Earth. So these are all the rifts that we have. All 6 rifts.
Right.
I think we do need to make it clear slightly that this is a homebrew world, so the Underdark is not the same Underdark that you find in classic D&D.
It's more of a cavern system under forest
Yeah.
of bones.
Got you.
It's not like an entire
No, it's not its
new
own
world.
entire ecosystem.
Yep.
No,
It's
it's more like sort of like kind of the catacombs or something like that.
Yeah, shitload of natural caverns that happen to have formed under this.
And would
Yeah.
Mykonos be considered like a town, a city,
Never been there, you wouldn't know.
Okay, yeah.
You only know the name.
But these are all 6 rifts, and roughly their locations. I mean, the location of the abyssal plane is a bit more iffy, but
Well,
possibly the one in Mykonos as well is a bit iffy. But the rest of them are should be fairly
That's-
easier to find.
that's good. This map needs to go with the group that's looking into
Oh,
the rest.
aye, cousin. It's all yours. I'll leave it with you. Are you staying here to look after things here? He
I'm
looks at you. Now that you sorted Oleg.
now that I've sorted Oleg, I might well be better off helping out the party searching the rifts. They're gonna need some muscle to help protect them.
Aye, lad.
As much as I want to go off and get the rest of the people behind it, I think I'm probably going to be better off with the party going hunting the rifts.
Aye. Well, obviously, if they're going to hunt those rifts, they're going to need a boat, which means you get the regret and you go down under that water at some point.
Aye,
Oh,
I've got to
I'm
get it
confused.
back. Yeah.
Are we hunting the rest specifically, or are we going
Well, what I
for
suggest,
the
Lassie,
for the laboratory?
I would suggest that is our first port of call. We need to get the artifact to close the rifts. It's pointless going around and looking at these rifts if we can't do anything about them.
I agree. The laboratory would be that group's first initial spot, because you won't be able to do anything about the rifts without the artifact. So the laboratory first.
Aye. Well, what I suggest we do is we grab everybody together and we go off and try and sort out who's going where. I mean, yeah, I want to go rift hunting. It sounds like a huge amount of fun and my thing. Plus, it might well lead us to the Storm's Regret, and if we get that back, that's a lot of travel and stuff that we can cover very quickly with it. That is a fast ship.
If I may.
Doran puts his hand on his shoulder. Sorry, go on.
No, it's fine. I can wait until we're back in camp.
Doran puts his hand on his shoulder and squeezes it. You lay our family to rest, brother. You see our fathers,
Aye.
and now the rest of them laid to rest with all honor at sea.
Aye, of course.
Don't
will be my honour.
you take care, cousin. Don't go joining them.
Aye.
Travel
Any chance
safe,
of a
travel
quick
fast.
snifter? Thank you. Doran, can I leave the conference in your hands?
Aye, lad.
Well, the shadow hand that can't
he
be
looks
trusted,
at-
but I did, you know.
Looks at Mr. Colwyn and goes, Mr. Mundus, can I trust you to work with me on that one? Filling in the role and being my runabout between the members.
Well, I'm probably the one that's best placed to do it. So yeah, tell me what you need communicated, and I'll do it.
Nothing at the moment, but if I need you, I'll call on you.
People always do.
You're a good man,
Aye.
Mr. Mundus.
And Golda just says, well, I fear, Colin, that we might be parting our ways at some point, because I'm suggesting that you might be better off served going after these people. I want to thank you on behalf of myself and my family for everything that you've done and the help that you've given. Doran's right. You're a good man.
I'm a professional who does his job, nothing more.
Agreed.
Well
Don't sell
done.
yourself short.
Cousin,
Aye.
how much has this man helped you?
Plenty. Been with me
He-
since I got to Honeyheath.
He seems like something like that would be deserving of a reward, don't you think?
Aye, I think that's fair. I think we should say thank you in the Dark Fist way, and not with brandy because we'd like him upright, you know.
Oh, maybe a bit of armor, a bit of gold. Which do you reckon you
Aye,
prefer?
Colwyn.
I could use some decent new studded leather. I've been meaning to grab some.
Leave it with me, lad. I'll see if we can't magic up some.
King.
Aye, well deserved.
Anyway, we're gonna take this sack of shite out, and we're gonna set fire to him.
Aye,
Give him to the fire rather than the sea. Deserves
Yeah.
no honor.
agreed.
I won't even perform any sort of consecration.
You'd be losing a hand if you tried, lad.
Yeah, I believe I would.
Aye, let's get to it then, cousin. We'll do that, and I'll meet everybody else back at the camp.
So we'll leave you guys there. Gee, you get to the camp.
Correct, I
Rin's
do.
following. Rin's following to the camp, slightly subdued.
Yeah, but Malcolm went there directly from the Oleg incident and his death, rather
No,
than
G
proceeding
did.
to the chambers. Sorry,
did.
G. Yeah, I am. Yeah.
No, it's just that everybody's sort of like kind of broken up to go and do stuff, and Rin was just like kind of sat there in the room. Bye.
Yep.
Malcolm's just going to tell Rin, come with us, Les.
So yeah, she'll follow.
Very many people to keep track of.
You have. Yeah, I've done it to myself, really.
Yeah.
So while the questioning's happening, G arrives at the camp. Oi now! Mr. Tailor, how can we help you?
I'm, and he basically says, and he basically says, I'm here to check on some costumes on behalf of. I'm here to check on some costumes.
Well, we're going to still need to give you a bit of a prick there, sir.
I do
unless you wanna
understand
do
the
it yourself.
precautions. Here you go.
Does a bit of a drop, stabby on your finger, sees the blood, applies the salve, and righto, sir, go on through. Mistress Jadis is in her tent. You know the one, big one over on the left there.
Thank you very much. I'm going to go over and knock on the and see if I can see anyone from the party still up.
So in the camp, you can tell me where Varys is. Jadis is there.
Tanya's
Tanya's there. Where is Denton?
That's a good question, actually. Hadn't he disappeared back to his garden to talk to his handlers and stuff
He
about what he
has.
does next?
He has. Which we need cover in a moment.
You would see Tanya sitting there with some parchment sketching, and upon seeing the tailor arriving, she will like raise her hand, like, "Oh, Mr. Tailor."
And this gets Varys's attention because Varys is sitting up with two books open, writing in one of them.
Mr. Tailor, can I show you something?
It seems like, and this Kaplan says, it seems like we're going to have a little show and tell. You can show me something, and I can tell you something, but so I don't repeat myself too much. May we gather the other members of your party?
Yeah, might as well. But I was hoping you could have a look at this. And she puts it down in
Good, we
parchment in
should've-
front of him.
Should have received
Yeah.
the DM field. Sorry, go on.
She puts down the parchment down, and it's like kind of a drawing of like a just nondescript, like a shirt or an armor or whatever. It could be anything, and then like on one side like a patch, kind of like a shield with some embroidering around it, kind of like a green and brownish design. And in the middle of the shield design, there's like a pink hand. I was thinking maybe like an identifying mark for our group.
Wrong person.
At this, Kaplan says, I already had an idea regarding a fabric of that sort.
Yeah, I was thinking this could be like a crest of our group or something.
Got it, Ash.
Well, then this is the question that must be raised with the group. I cannot alone make this decision.
Well, I'll
The young one.
put it in. I'll put it on the table here so everyone can have a look at it, see what they think. So yeah, the pink hand, just a reference.
In terms of copyright stuff, which we shouldn't really do too much, the pink hand is a reference to correct me if I'm wrong here, Obsidian.
Who?
What?
Bethesda game, one of the factions.
Okay.
I was thinking purely of the child who put the pink hand.
Yeah,
on
Yeah,
the
I know.
thing.
I'm just saying it out loud so people are
I
potentially
think
aware.
having a hand as a thingy is so ubiquitous within common society. You've
I
got
was
the
gonna
black hand,
Yeah.
yeah, the assassin's hand. There's a whole bunch of different things throughout history
I'm
and
not
throughout
so worried
fiction.
about crests or whatnot because
Yeah.
that can come from anywhere unless it's blatantly obvious and it states it outright.
Yeah, and she was thinking pink hand because it's not dark, it's not evil, it's anything. It's like a hand, and yeah,
And it is
And
a reference to
it's
something
a
that's
little
happened.
girl doing it, so it's going to be
and it's
pink,
a
no matter what you do.
well,
Anyway, moving on.
and she kind of
Yes.
like looks to. She takes a round and gathers up the rest where she knows they are, and like goes up to Jadis, like, "Oh, Jadis, the others. I mean, the Tailor guy is back. He had something to share with us.
Is everybody here?
Well, it's just the Tailor guy who returned now. I haven't seen the rest of them.
Then we shall wait for others. There is no rush.
Very well. Do you have a snack?
Ask Daisy.
Okay. She like skips away.
Skipping artifice. Gotcha. What's got you in a fine middle there? Daisy says as you come up.
Just looking for a snack.
What sort of snack?
I don't know, something not too filling, just like a quick bite.
You know what? Goes over to one of the storage things, pulls out a container. A cookie. A biscuit. Choc chip.
Oh,
She grabs a handful.
Oi, I said one.
Bye.
Make a dexterity
Uh.
saving throw as she throws an empty cup at your head. Wrong character.
13. Oh yeah,
character,
that's the
wrong
wrong character. God damn it! So many. Yeah, it's gonna. 14. Better.
Goes. You hear behind you, and you instinctively duck to one side and see a cup go flying past your head. For fun, faint tink as it lands. Made of metal, doesn't shatter.
Sorry. Continue skipping towards the middle of the camp where the rest are
And you
gathering.
hear muttering behind you there, Tenya. Last cookie she's getting.
You made a powerful enemy today.
Oh dear.
Whew. And she sits down, nibbling on her cookie, and takes out her other blueprints and stuff while waiting for the rest to arrive, and starts figuring out how she can implement her silent scroll to her gun.
Varys and Co. You guys are just gonna sit tight and wait?
That Varys obviously sees this behavior, right?
Mhm.
Insight into her behavior.
Roll it against whatever. Roll it, man. What would he be rolling against? Tenya.
I don't know. She's not deceiving anyone. She's not even trying to persuade anyone. She's just.
He's just trying to get.
Yeah. She's just
an
being
idea.
jittery.
Okay, so she's an open book at the moment. She's just jittery.
Yeah.
All right, because Varys has seen her many different ways, but never like this before.
Yeah. She's been up and happy person, but she's not been very helpful around social meetings and conversations. But
That's another statement.
But she is a jittery person, though.
Right.
And she likes to make fun of people.
I need to nip and sort my mum out. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which
But yeah,
gets to the next
she likes.
question I had.
Yeah.
No. It was for Phil.
Okay.
Fabro. I'll have to wait till he gets back.
Yeah. But yeah, she'll. She loved, like, as some people have noticed or actually been on the receiving end of, she likes to make fun of people. She's grown up with dwarves and corruptors who likes taking the piss. Taking the piss and pulling legs. As actually Varys has been on the receiving end of.
If dwarves aren't at all like that.
Mm-hmm.
Are they? Come on. Doran has not made fun of anyone. He's a very serious individual.
Oh yes, very, very. I believe she would have fun at one of those dinners.
Righto. So, with that, I will do a time skip bit since Phil's not here. Excuse me, and have you all start coming back into the camp. For hopefully the last full meeting of both groups. We'll do a skip with you guys getting through the guards after a test. I'm not going to keep going through that every time. At least with everyone. See?
Yarp.
Quick question: did Jack also join the party back to the camp, or did Jack go?
Jack has
off separate?
disappeared somewhere
Okay.
sometime
He's got his
after
own
coming
business.
out of. He walked out of the keep with you, but between one step and the next, he has literally vanished.
Yep, busy man, busy times.
Emin, I'm assuming your request is still at the camp at this point, or has come back as per request. Sitting there quietly. Looks at Jadis, goes, looks like the others are coming back.
Oh, that is good. It is time we got this dealt with.
Oh, he seems to be eyeing Tenya and going, that one's an odd one.
This group is filled with odd ones. You'll have to be specific.
The redhead.
She is odd. She fits in well.
Aw.
Well, shall we head into the boarded tent and we will see what's what and what's going on?
Yep.
Move to the tent.
You all head into the tent. He looks at G and goes, you had a message for us, some information.
Well, if all these guys are here, then these guys have more on the story than I do. So
Turns to look at Colwyn and Calder and Malcolm and Rin.
I believe we've had some enlightenment yet. At least partially.
Well, don't div a man.
Oleg has been dealt with. It's a short answer. G says. But
About bloody time.
Yes. But through our friend Rin here, we've been able to get some answers. Whether they're all truthful or not is a different question.
Looks at Rin and raises an eyebrow and goes, did not suspect you were into the torture game, kitten.
Oh, I don't need to.
Oh
Spirits can
no,
be very cooperative. But they
Oleg
do
was
lie.
already dead.
Sorry, not.
Oh yeah, Oleg was already dead. There was no physical torture involved.
Oh, I see. So you killed him first? Seems unprofessional.
Well, we did not.
Oh,
Someone.
he said that he was killed because he was a liability.
I see. Well, best you go over the story and tell everyone what happened.
And they do. They start with what happened in the alleyway, in the street, and how he just suddenly fell limp in their arms. What Golder had seen.
I see. Question is Kano, his controller, involved?
Even if he isn't, chances are he'll know someone who might be.
Hmm. Well, we do have a following information there. Do we know anyone from the Shadow Hand? Seeing as they all seem to be
Come back.
the enemy.
Back.
I will pause this here. You got those messages for Denson. What would he be doing after that?
Good question. Messages. He will basically go pack up his stuff into his nice little pack, get everything sorted, go and have a word with his assistant, because he's the head gardener. He's not the only gardener. So he goes and has a word, make sure that they're all sorted and to keep the garden going and everything, which they're more than capable of doing. And then goes to A2 to talk with everybody.
So you arrive similar time as the crew's coming back in from the bit with Oleg after dealing with all of that. And you are there as a meeting, and they've just gone through telling what has happened with Oleg and what information you've got. They've got from that.
So, from what I could glean, he's as stated. It seems that the whole of the Shadowhand as a whole is involved in this, and I did not sense any lie in that statement from Oleg.
Does Golder's not got back yet, has he?
Oh yeah, you're here.
No. He's he was only a little bit behind you.
Okay,
You went out in your buddy bed, set fire to the body, and then you may or may not have pissed on it.
Oh, probably.
And then come.
The entire clan would have.
Oh yeah.
Probably before and then we set it alight. So
you've done all that, and that only took a good 10,
back.
15 or whatever.
Okay.
So they probably paused and waited for you.
Right. So, sorry, where would we at? My brain's just sloped off now.
They basically discussed. They've filled in what has happened with Oleg and all of the information there.
Right.
And Malcolm has just said that it seems that the Shadow Hand are all involved, and that he wasn't lying about that, to the best of his knowledge.
Well,
to the best of Oleg's knowledge, all of the Shadow Hand was involved and complicit.
Right. Well, what about our friend up at that alchemy shop thingy?
Friend at the alchemy shop, Tim and us.
Varys says, I'm a little wary about going back to him.
I think we probably should, because if he's basically turned into not liked what the Shadowhand are doing and is kind of on our side, he might be able to give us some valuable insight, is what I'm thinking. But we'll have to take everything he says with a pinch of salt, because Oleg was convinced that all of the Shadow Hand. But that guy gave us some good information before, and did say that there was a faction of the Shadow Hand which were not with Oleg and the group.
And then he made us forget the whole interaction, or at least some of us.
You're
Aye,
just going.
well-
You are completely oblivious in you at this. Did they actually ever explain this to you, Ferris, or are you
I'm
just
not sure.
staring at them and going, "What? I don't remember any of this."
Yeah, it's like I remember going to the shop, and I remember thinking I had to go meet the Shadow Hand in the pub, and then I went to the pub and got stabbed, and then
Aye.
and then nearly died.
I'll fill you in a
I'm
bit,
guessing
Varys.
he made me forget.
Aye, he did. I'll fill you
Tanya-
in. And
Tanya just goes, I don't know what you're talking about.
did she get memory wiped too?
Yeah, it was Skulder and Colvin that were
Yeah, it was
fine.
called. Yeah, that's it. Don't worry, we'll fill you in a bit. But he actually gave us some good information. The thing is he had every opportunity to screw us over with that information. Did he not?
Mm.
And
Did-
Malcolm
he did screw
kind of like
some-
leans in and says, "Well, in my experience working undercover here and there, good information can sometimes work to your benefit, whether or not you're good or bad." I mean,
Emin leans back, thinking, "Is this the one that told you about the meeting between the Shadow Hand at the tavern, where you walked into an ambush, expecting to find it?"
At this
Now,
point,
that's
Varys
a
is
very
saying,
good point.
yes, pretty. I'm guessing so. I don't remember the actual thing. I just remember seeing him, and I remember seeing and thinking, "Hey, I have to go to this meeting because the Shadowhands meeting." But it's
so
weird, and I
you
just don't trust the guy.
were led in a direction and then you were ambushed. It sounds like a setup to me.
Yeah.
Good point. Well made. I'll let you shadowy boys come up with this stuff. He seemed all right, but then they always do, don't they? So, worth somebody going and investigating that place? I'm going to bet that the guys and possibly the shop has completely disappeared.
Well, I would be interested. Maybe he looks to Colwyn. Maybe this may fall under your skill set as well, I believe.
More than likely, although I'm going to need backup because wherever I go, trouble follows.
Oh, I'll help you out. Best to my ability.
Well, thing is that with all this information that we've got, has our friend here divulged some information to us that we needed to know? And looks at who is it that was going to talk to Varys and show and tell? Is it G?
Yeah. As far as that comes, I was just going to tell him about the first part about how we captured Oleg just to see him just die right in front of us. I believe Tanya wanted to show us something, though.
Hi guys. She brushes some cookie crumbs off her face, like then up her breastplate, like yes. And she straightens up, looking kind of proud of her own work, and puts down a parchment on the table in the middle of the meeting. I was thinking an identifying emblem for our group.
Good idea.
And it's like this beautifully embroidered shield crest in green and brown, and then like smack in the middle of it, a pink, kind of faded pink, not like signally pink, but a faded pink colored hand.
I like it.
And the name.
Right, the name. What are we actually trying to accomplish? as a whole between our two groups?
Saving the world.
Rift
Right.
guarding these rifts, I would have thought. Maybe the
Yeah.
rift guard?
Well,
Less guarding, but yeah, that is more specific than most. Five-finger death punch,
Not do that for copyright
slapping
reasons.
evil. Yeah, obviously I'm joking. Um,
well,
hand of justice.
Malcolm kind of flinches a bit. That sounds too righteous. It sounds way too righteous.
Agree.
I just don't-
At this point, Varys says, "Well, it's different because we all aim to do heroic stuff and save the day. The Council of Heroes."
That sounds very righteous. Very, very, very
Yeah.
pretentious.
Not much of a council in this group, let's be honest.
No.
True.
Well,
The
I would.
Grimace is a random assortment of idiots.
Yeah,
That's
That's
Yeah.
more
true.
accurate.
Well, I wouldn't mind
That doesn't
something.
narrow it down. That's my only problem.
My own group, Malcolm says.
Havoc and chaos.
What was that, Ash?
Havoc and chaos.
Yeah, my own group aren't necessarily known by
I've got
a
it.
name.
But go
I
ahead.
might as well share with the rest of you. And he looks to Tamon. I trust you, Tamon, as we've known each other for a while, but I think you might be. I think you might have your suspicions already, but I'm not purely a member of.
Are you trying to tell me that you have ulterior motivations and allegiances outside the Crown's Guard?
Well, not in the
frowns.
sense that I'm working against the Crown's Guard.
I'm a little disappointed,
I
but
believe you
I
are.
can understand.
My main job per se is not as much a job you apply for, more a job that is inherited, and it's been handed down through the generations since the days of Earl Donovan Bay, and that is actually guarding these
Sternly,
rifts.
solemnly, he says, "I see, I understand. I'm not best pleased that you have alternate allegiances, but you were born to them, so as long as you do not betray Crown's."
Oh, I would never. I do respect my colleagues and the organization, and I will work within the organization as per my position as well. That will not get in the way. They will, but
And
my
as you
main,
were.
yeah. So we are not known by any name, but we very much do guard these rifts. So if that is something that you feel is righteous, then Rift Guardians will suit me just fine.
Do we really need a name?
Well, not necessarily. For
And
me,
is it
Chris-
really important right now, considering everything that needs to be done? We are wasting time.
True.
He leans back. Tevin leans back and goes, "I understand where you're coming from. You look to the cartographers, but you need to understand that was a different time, a darker time. They were upheld as a symbol of hope when there was none. What you're doing in the shadows, not trying to bring about hope, but to bring about salvation." Whether
Hand of
anyone
salvation.
ever
There we go.
knows, whether anyone knows or remembers it is irrelevant. Those of us that know will know. Will know your names, your faces. Not as a group, but as individuals who stood up and took action. when it was needed.
Anya goes,
I don't need the name,
Sorry.
but I will gladly take the crest.
Crest's enough.
Sorry, go on, Dad.
I was just going to say about 3 minutes ago to 3 minutes ago to Vanny's comment of what we don't get much work done. This isn't like a council hall. Varys is going to say, you've never worked in politics. You've never seen any politics done, have you?
Oh.
Good point. Yeah.
Uh,
It's exactly
Sorry,
like
that was that was all. But he was just going to recant that.
So it kind of, mutters it under his breath for everyone to hear.
Aye, you're right there, laddie. But anyway, moving on. We've got problems to sort. Some of us need to go and hunt down these people. Some of us need to go hunting these rifts, and especially hunting that artifact that can sort them out and close them. We all need to think hard about where we need to be. For me, I've talked to my cousin about this. Oleg's out the way. I'm free to join either group, and it doesn't matter to me which one I go to. I would suggest I go along as some muscle with the Rift group to help them out in case they come across any danger, because I'm guessing most of you are going to be kind of researchy types. And aye, you're going to need somebody to help protect you. I am very willing to go do that.
I want to go. I want to go. I want to go.
I think having Tanya along because artificer. And
Well,
it
let's be
seems
honest,
like
we're not exactly going to be able to stop her, even if we did decide otherwise.
You
you've got a very
try.
good point there.
You try. You just try. And she cocks her rifle.
I am
going.
I am sorely tempted to try, just because you are being an ass.
I am going.
Yes, Tanya. We kind of figured that. But we need some, seriously, we do need Tanya along on that group, because who knows these devices better than someone who's studying them? Let's face it.
Oh, yes, I know that. It was kind of a given that she was going to go. Nobody was arguing with that. She was just being an ass.
Well, aye. I'll give her some dwarven brandy later.
I will.
No, thank you. Wait, how are we traveling then? If you're coming, Golder, are we traveling by land, by water?
Oh,
Or
I will be going
Hang on.
with research party. I have already acquired horses for us.
at this point, at this point, Kaplan also says, "Well, we can. Well, as far as this goes, we can always take over Gold. We can always take over the contract of we can always take over what's name's. We can always take over Oleg's contracted boat from Riversmeet."
Now, that's the best idea I've heard all day. Screw over the opposition and get there quicker.
Yep, and then Kaplan says, that being yeah, and then Kaplan says, although that being said, I think it is best that I stay here for the Shadow Council. And then he looks at Varys and says, Varys, I think you're more the researchy type. Maybe you should go with the research party to get the artifact.
If I may, I apologize for interrupting, but Oleg was traveling alone. It is likely the boat he commissioned was a small single skiff that is able to move quite quickly. It would not house all of us and the horses.
Good point.
Golder, my friend, was it? Malcolm says. Back at the keep, your clan chief there, didn't he mention something about a ship?
Aye, well, the Storm's Regret, our flagship, would appear to be taken over by necrotic ghosts
Oh, I
of
heard
my
that
family.
part. I think I remember maybe he's saying something about you could have a ship to travel with.
Aye, well, I'll go and talk to him about it after.
Out of character, that the dwarves would not have a river craft.
No, we wouldn't.
No, but
There's
from
no way of us doing it. We'd have to go out to the coast quite a long way to get
okay.
a sea ship. We're
could
a long
organise
way from the
the-
coast.
He could organise to have something at Earl's Bay for you to travel from there.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
That wouldn't be a problem. Any
All right,
ships
so
there.
at least the party going there will have means of perhaps getting to the
Oh,
water
yeah.
rift, the water plane rift.
Yeah, we've got no
decently.
problems there. We'd have to get to Earl's Bay first because that's where our fleet is.
Very well.
So we need to get down on the river first because it's the fastest way to travel to Earl's Bay. You know, we can ride horses as much as we like. We've got the entirety of Solsgard to get across, and the quickest way is the river.
You get them probably one horses from Dune City to Rivers Meet, though.
Yeah. That's
And
the
Rin, you
only
said,
part of the journey.
Rin, you said you had already managed to procure
yes.
horses.
I have already got his horses.
Brilliant.
So, who's going with me, Tanya, and Ren? Varus?
Yep. At that point, at that point, Varus puts up his hand.
I will not. I am not much of a researcher. My talents are best elsewhere. Plus, you guys will be leaving pretty shortly. I still have performance that I need to do here.
That's true.
Well, how shortly are you guys leaving?
Yeah.
Tanya goes, I hope not too soon, because we have something to do tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm staying there. I've got the. I'm several hundred gold in the hole if I don't.
Might I suggest we leave after that, please?
And as far as that and Varus points up, it seems like if I'm going to leave after that, I have a funeral to bring forward.
Well, the funeral should probably be about tomorrow anyway.
Yeah, we have some loose ends to tie up before we head out.
This is true. So let's get
Well-
them all done tomorrow. I mean, some of us are going to miss the end of the race. Sorry about that, Colwyn. But
Forgive me, I do need to point out that they had said that Oleg was leaving tonight. That tells me that he was meeting with others. That race has already started.
good point.
You guys
Problem
are on
is
timer.
that the Steel Defender needs to go with Colwyn for the race. Tanya needs to come with us. And that Steel Defender's Tanya's.
You muster one.
Well, what's the chances of her being able to catch up with you after we're done?
You're wanting to put Tanya out in the world on her own.
Herman
Really?
looks at Tanya. Can you create a new one if you have the material?
I could, technically.
Would you be willing to do that to replace it if they were provided to you?
I mean,
Oh, so that Colwyn has one and then Tanya has one as well.
I think the time involved is this is not going to be a quick thing.
Oh, don't forget, you've got the journey on the boat to go.
Mm-hmm.
And let us not forget that their chances are as you are not the only ones looking for this lab. Do you want to risk them getting there first with such a head start?
Aye, good point, Lassie.
As you're talking about this, Tamid is still looking at Tanya, waiting for an answer.
it can. I mean, it doesn't take. I know how it works. It shouldn't take me more than just just let me quickly read up on my Steel Defender thingy.
It's end of a long rest, mean, so you can.
Yeah, it should take me more than like a couple of hours.
Would you be willing to leave the one this here, and once you have arrived at Rivers Meet, construct a new one on your journey on the boat? I will pay for the cost of the materials that you require.
Very well.
Aye, that's a good solution, actually.
Also, I'm pretty sure that you
Actually-
had ideas of improvements for said Steel Defender.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Actually, about that, maybe there's a way I can actually attune through magic means. I might be able to actually attune this one to you, Colwyn, so it will actually listen to your
yes.
commands.
Probably a good idea, yeah. So, yeah, we've got this mostly sorted. That's good.
And you have the stats for the Steel Defender?
I think you've sent them to me?
Yeah, I think I did last session.
Yes, you did.
Yes.
Got it.
Right. Well then, I would suggest that Colin probably sticks with the people hunting down the people behind this, because his skill set, I think, would probably suit it better.
And I will help him as well.
Aye, Malcolm. Aye, good idea. So, are we about sorted then?
Hammond looks at the Minotaur in the room, looks at him, raises an eyebrow. Do you come or do you stay? Do you go or do you stay? You need to let me know.
I think that with my own particular skills and I think probably hunting the people would be more my thing. I think I can be of assistance that way.
You're coming with us then. That's good.
Yes, Malcolm, I will come with you. I think
So you will remain here for the Shadow Summit?
Yes.
To protect the summit and then to continue hunting the Shadow
I will aid in any way that I can, sir.
It is. He nods. He's a little uncertain of you, but. And doesn't exactly know who you are or what your skill set is, but.
I turn to him and just say, I may be just a gardener now. I wasn't always so.
Yep, and at this point, Varys says, and also, no offense, you crossing into the Riverlands, if we come across any Minotaur, that's likely to be trouble.
The Minotaur, I'm afraid, don't like me at all.
Oh, they do. They got a special sauce head put on you.
Yeah. They would eat me at the first opportunity, I'm afraid.
A thought actually occurred to me. And this one might be more directed to the group staying here, to our group. If we, he looks to the patch sketch on the table with a slight frown. If we are to wear these, perhaps they should be weared behind like a patch that we can, or part pocket, something we can close up. As if these used as identifying marks instead of forcing people to prick their finger. If we find someone that actually looks like us, they won't know about these patches, will they? So they could be actually.
I won't know about it yet.
Yeah.
And I'm going to throw
how-
my final suggestion into the ring. Order the secret sigil. No one knows what the sigil is, but we do.
Yeah, that sounds decent to me.
All in favour, say aye.
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 Whatever.
Aye.
Yeah, sure.
It's mostly just so that we can put Hey, it's still there. You can still have it. It's just mostly so that if nothing else, that's decided. Look, I know you just want us to get on. I do. I want to get on too. But not everything has got to be about business. That way madness lies.
Hmm.
And morale is important. And if nothing
Aye,
else,
that's why we've got Tanya, isn't it?
What are you on about?
Golders
well,
trying
she
not
can't
to
be
try
everywhere
not
at
to grin.
once.
Well,
She jokingly cusses at him in Dwarvish.
Hammond claps his hands. The night's getting on. Those that need
Right.
to rest, need to rest. Those that need to travel, need to travel.
When do we head out then? It's like this very instant?
At this point, Varus says, can we make it can we make it this morning? And
First light?
First light. I believe I have a funeral to bring forward. Tamand, also if you can help me with, if I'm to leave Millie with you guys for this race, I may need some supplies to get her back just in case.
Reasonable.
Aye.
She is a familiar, yes?
Yes.
You would just need the supplies to resummon her then, I believe.
Yes, in a few days.
That is fine. I will buy you that as well.
All right, and I'll start working on some device to help Colwyn be able to command Kane.
Aye. It looks like it's going to be the morning then. Right.
So I want to
And
tinkering
Denzin
check.
Denzin
go on.
turns to Varys and says, I'm here to aid you with your funeral also, Master Varys.
I believe we need to talk to talk to talk to. I believe we need to talk to High Lord Carrick and get this done overnight.
Absolutely. Shall
Um,
we break here and off we go?
Varys looks around to make sure everything.
Yeah, everyone's sounding like a robot to me, so I can't easily make out what's being said. So yeah, stopping here sounds good.
Yep.
Yep.
We will call it there. Make a note of anything you wanted to do. Things that need to be let off with next week. It'll be the move forward funeral. Varys and Denton finishing the effigy.
The
Tanya
effigy's pretty much
working.
finished.
Yep, Tanya working on that control device, and it would normally cost you an arm and a leg to be able to do that, to de-attune it and have it freed as a separate construct.
Mhm.
But Tamid has already said that he's footing the bill for it.
Yeah.
To make this work.
Question: will this be a permanent transfer to Colwyn then?
That'll depend entirely upon your roles.
Okay.
As a point, do we have enough time, Ash, for a long rest? Because Golder is literally
Yes.
going to go and
Yeah,
collapse.
you will have a long rest, man. It's probably about 10 or 11 at night by now,
Right.
after all the talking and working and jerking
I'm going to
around.
do that now because I will forget next week.
So you'll be up at about 7-ish in the morning
Right.
and good to go. Then a few hours later, after the bits and pieces that Varys, etc. need to do, you'll go from there. And tenure, of course.
Tinkering.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's 20 plus 3, 23.
So the design's fine. I want one more roll.
Are you kidding me? Natural 1.
There's,
So total of 6.
let's go with giving Venny the big puppy dog eyes and seeing if you can get her dice off her.
I'm doing very big puppy dog eyes.
I will just pat you on the head, and you will be able to feel the bardic inspiration.
Bardic
I am still a
inspiration.
bard. I am still a bard myself. I can give you it to you.
So bardic inspiration plus her re-roll.
Ooh, okay.
That's a plus 6
Reroll.
penny.
Yep.
Reroll. That's
Oh,
a
yes.
19.
No, it's a D8.
It's D8 now.
But did I? Oh, so that's
That's a pass on the second.
19 plus. Okay.
So last roll, because that's finding the materials that you need, and regardless of the ability to pay for them.
Mhm.
Let's go with the construction and the enchantment to see the
Okay.
longevity of it.
Hang on. That's a 9 plus 3. 9, 10, 11, 12 plus. Did you handed me a bardic inspiration?
Plus 8.
A D8.
Yep. So you get a
So 12 plus
yep.
7.
So what's that all
19.
up?
19.
Congratulations on your new permanent construct, Colin.
Oh wow!
Nice.
Incidentally, one that you can ride, so you get your own permanent mount. Well done.
That's much
Oh,
cheaper than
shit. I
getting a
forgot
horse.
about that.
Okay, now Tris. No, she's been locked out of that. She is never getting back into that workshop. Not without being strong-armed in there. Strong-armed in there.
Wait, what?
Chris has a habit of coming up to me outside of boys chat and talking to me.
Oh.
Even though he knows that you can't really hear because your earphones are noise cancelling.
Yeah. And kind of, I'm trying to listen to people talk to me for 2 ears when I take one off.
We're on Discord. He can send you a DM, but
Yeah, it's fine. It's sorted. Anyway, so Colin, congratulations on your new papa.
Thank you.
Nice.
Soon we'll have 2 steel defenders. Well, actually, we will have 1 steel defender per party.
Nice. That's kind of cool, actually.
The steel defender shares your initial. It goes right off to you on your initiative.
He also has his own means to create moving initiative if he keeps it with him. Moving advantage if he uses it to help him flank.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
Which is really nasty considering he's a rogue.
Yeah, but
Well,
to
exactly,
have it, but you'll have to spend a bonus action to command it to make an attack. The only thing you can freely do is have it move.
Yeah, but you can get flanking from it, which means he gets
Yes.
bonus damage.
And the steel defender also has its own reaction to if it's within 5 feet of someone attacking you or attacking someone else, the steel defender can cause that attack to be at a disadvantage.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right. Ash, which party are we going with first?
We're going to keep going for the summit group. Meanwhile, the other group
Right.
will be traveling, auto-traveling, basically.
Right. So I'm going to need Denzin activated so I can claim him.
Denzin, G, and Malcolm are active. Tenya, Golda, and Varus are deactive.
Yep.
I did say that we're finishing the summit group
I'll be right
thing
back.
first previously.
2 seconds.
Yeah, that's fine. I just wanted to check everything.
So wrapping it up there, guys. Great session. Well done. Did not.
Just
I
give me 2
expected
seconds.
Oleg
I'll
to
be
get
right
away.
back.
Yep, you're right. I expected Oleg to get away from you, but you just destroyed him.
Nice one, G.
How about no?
That was never going to happen. Even with Golda falling flat on his arse, it was just. I just got a feeling that either G or Colwyn was just going to nail him to the floor, to be honest. Yeah. Turns out it was G just punching him out. That was class.
He just wrecked him, eh?
Yeah, He really did.
That stunning strike is so freaking dangerous.
It's ridiculous. It's so good.
As far as this, can I ask how many hit points he had?
He had 78 to start with.
Yeah, you took a
He
big
He was
chunk.
a
out of it.
finish.
it's a challenge rating 8 assassin.
Mm.
I just ripped an assassin off the D&D and used that stats.
Right. Can I also just quickly, Ash? Are we likely to be getting close to leveling? I'd just like to plan
I'd say with the
a little ahead.
okay, we'll wait till Nord's back
Right.
to answer that question. So as soon as he gets back, we will answer that
Well,
question.
We need MVP then.
So MVP, we will start from the top.
Oh,
Again, tricky, which is both a good and a bad thing.
Mm.
I'm gonna have to go with Vania, because I really liked her role playing with the both characters. The I cannot be fucked with any of you idiots. And I'm only working with you because I have to. And semi-young, innocent, but also standoffish, no touchy.
Sorry,
cat
I'm back.
person. Two very different kinds of cat people.
Mm.
Yes. You play good cat.
Meow.
Hi, Rogue.
So, what did I miss?
Well,
We're on
we'll start-
MVP.
MVP, that's one for Vinny. So, Hill.
I'd have to give props to yourself, Ash, for actually not going completely insane that session with everything that was going off.
I've been juggling so fucking hard for the last 2 or 3 sessions, man, with all these characters.
It would be nice to get back to a slightly more linear pace next session. But I love Jadis's role play. I also love G. I'm really starting to warm to the character of G. And just his devastating punches. I mean, he properly nailed Oleg to the floor. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna just give it to Dat for that one for Varys.
Yep.
For J Kaplan.
Yep.
Because he's just awesome.
Gotta respect the monk. Vinny.
It's like so much went on today.
It's
So many
Yeah,
different
that's the problem.
characters.
been this problem lately, hasn't it?
I am gonna give it to Golda
Ooh.
Yeah.
for just the sheer hunting of Oleg, the finally finishing of it, and that kind of little bit of no, he doesn't at the end of when kind of Rin was
Subjugation,
talking about his eternal soul.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah.
Just a little off the cuff kind of thing. But yeah,
He
I
doesn't deserve this. Yeah, he does.
Yes, he does.
yes he does. I was like just kind of thrown out there. So yes.
Tenure, Lord. Sorry. Can't just say tenure. Yeah, can I?
I gotta agree with Danny. Wonderful role play around Golder, Phil. When it comes to actually being able to close up one chapter of his hunt. I felt satisfaction for his accomplishment right there.
Excellent.
Loved it.
Thank
And the whole tussle between the four of us getting getting Oleg to the ground there. I mean, he had no chance of moving. First with that stunning strike, and then with a command word after. I mean, that was brilliant. He went from stunned
that was good.
to frozen. Loved it. But yeah, I'm going to give it to you, Phil, for brilliantly role playing and closing a chapter of your.
Thank you.
Of your arc.
Yes.
I think I've got those
Yes.
names correct with the changes here.
Yep.
Finally, no, I know the order's changed, but that.
Props to. I have to give an honourable mention to our GM for playing so many freaking characters again, and I'm going to say, as soon as they split this party, all of us will be freaking happy about not having to do 50 characters. I'm going to give props to Vanny for playing the two characters. Now, it's interesting because when at least I play two characters, I have to say this is such and such saying it, and a lot and almost everyone and Vanny has been able to separate out the two characters so we know who's talking without having to specify. But I got to give it to
that is amazing.
Yeah, but I have to give it to. But I think I gave it to her for that very same reason last week. I have to give it to Golda for lots of little things, including the whole "what, my family's dead" reaction and stuff.
Yeah, he just sort of. It's like there was two dead dwarves in the room there for a second. Like the life had just drained out of him as he was wrestling with it.
Well, I just thought he's going to act like he's been hit by a fucking shovel in the face.
Yeah, can I
And-
just say that really well done on the voices for Venny and Phil, and separating the characters so that you can tell who they are just listening to the way they talk.
Oh, thank you.
I have been
That's very
practicing at
important.
home, and I am glad that I live on my own.
if my voice allowed me to go higher pitched, it would be easier. But
No,
I have a natural deep
there is,
voice.
there is
can
a
usually tell,
distinction
to be
between
fair.
Malcolm and Tenya. It's just not as distinct.
Yeah, I have a deeper voice. I struggle sometimes to go with a higher pitch. So,
Yeah.
I try to usually just go softer with my voice instead.
Yeah, no, it's still
it
man.
works.
It does.
It does work.
Right, session name. Let's go from bottom to top. Malcolm.
Bottom to I'm on bottom now. I'm a bottom feeder. That's a hard one. A lot happened. I haven't even had time to think about it. I was so stressed because I had to go AFK for a few seconds there.
Fair enough.
I don't
Do you
know.
want
Can I?
us to-
I'll be on hold
We'll
for
come
a
back to
little
you.
bit. Yeah.
Come back to you. Jadis.
And now we split the party.
Okay. Yep. G. Kaplan.
Yeah.
He's thinking.
I've got mine. I'm ready. If anyone wants to wait or whatever.
Come back to me, please.
Okay. Tenzin.
A parting of the ways.
Okay.
I was going to go parting is such sweet sorrow.
Okay. Parting of sweet sorrow.
I'm still drawing a blank, man. I was thinking something with events that happened and a crest. We finally have a crest.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you have a crest. There is no way in hell Jada says having a pink handprint on her.
All right. As far as that goes, and I'm going to go Oleg's last 5 questions.
Oleg's demise.
Log's last gasp.
A dwarf's last gasp.
That's yours?
Mm.
A dwarf's last gasp. So you've got 5 names here, guys. What's your preference there? Starting with Colin.
Yeah, parting is such sweet sorrow. A bit egotistical, but yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Phil.
Hmm. I like it, but I think I've got to go with Dwarf's last gasp.
Okay.
Yours.
Yep. And Vinny.
Yeah, Dwarf's last gasp.
Okay. And Nora.
Dwarf's last gasp.
I won't argue.
Okay.
Bit of a toss of the coin between the two, but
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Perfect.
Lovely.
Phil, you took your inspiration, yeah?
for the character that's now not being played.
It's for the player, not the character.
Right.
So just have it on.
Yeah, I'll stick
Tenzin
it on
there.
Tenzin. Yeah,
Yeah.
have done.
Well done, guys. Finally managed to get through the party split. Yay!
Ooh.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop.
Thank God for that. Oh,
Thanks.
Ash,
Yes.
level.
Yes. Nord, welcome back. We were waiting on you.
Yes.
Look at your character sheet and level it up.
Yes. For both
Woohoo!
characters.
You've got
Yeah.
reached the end of the Oleg arc.
Okay. So both characters get a level up, right?
Everyone's at 6, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Nice.
Don't
I
worry
sort
about
of wondered when it was coming, and I couldn't. I knew it would be soon, but I wasn't sure when it would be, Ash. So
Yeah, you were due for it, man. And closing out
Yeah.
Oleg and whatnot has just sealed the deal, as far as I'm
Right.
concerned. It was
Fair
such a major milestone that your character particularly, and a lot of them had been involved in trying to get, and you finally got him.
yeah.
I hope it wasn't a little bit too sort of underwhelming at the end of it there.
Actually, no, because of all the stuff that we've been through to get that. To suddenly everybody, it was literally all pile on. Everybody just piled on top of Oleg at the end because we were sick of him. It was great. You know, there's nothing wrong with that at all. I mean, yes. I sort of imagine Golder just smashing him one into the floor, but he didn't need to, and it didn't matter at that point.
Hey,
We
power
got
of
the
friendship
fucker.
at that point.
Yeah, it was just a case of the guy was down, everybody just leathered into him, and it was that made Golder just go, yes. So yeah,
this-
thanks everybody.
that was
No worries.
wonderful. That was
So
wonderful.
congratulations on the levels, guys. Proud of
I
you.
think so.
You're welcome.
And great session. Really happy with it. Thanks for enduring the last, I think, 3 sessions where I've had these guys bouncing back and forth between characters to develop this planned party split. The notion for it came up in a random conversation after one of the sessions, maybe a month ago. And the idea was just, we were sitting around and talking, and it just kind of developed, what if this happened? So basically,
Wait,
the plan
first it was just talk to be having our backup characters ready for anything, and then it was like, what if our backup characters have their own arc?
and
Like, oh shit.
basically, what's going to happen going forward is I'm going to complete an arc with one group. Maybe it'll take a month or two. I mean, the Dune City arc has been massive so far. We're not even on day 3 or 4, I think.
Yeah.
And then we'll flick to the other group to take a break and refresh and keep it fresh and going forward. And we'll do an arc there. At some point, we may step away from this campaign for a little bit for Ed to have a bit of a play with his world there and revisit that when he wants. It'll come down
Yes.
to where we feel, and then we'll return to it. Just keep it fresh and alive.
Yeah.
Because,
Agreed.
it's not going to be a small campaign.
Oh, shit. Yeah, doing incredibly well so far, Ash. I'm really, really enjoying it.
So that's where we are, and I just wanted to, anyone that's watching, can let you know what we plan to do with it, basically, and what my thought and the thought of the players once I had touch base with them and said, "Do you want to try this?"
Yeah. Also, not opposed to like trying one shots of different things every once in a while.
Mm. Hey, I am happy to be a player at some point. I really am. It does an amazing job as a
True.
DM. Always happy to be part of his campaigns. Fenny has expressed interest in revisiting her Cthulhu world and attempt there.
Madness.
Not quite the same kind of one that I was doing. It's just a random idea I had, where basically rookie cops.
Oh, are we out, by the way, at this point?
That's the point, yeah.
Or is this
Yeah,
So
stream
but
we will,
let's finish this up then.
We'll wind that up there. I just wanted to sort of, if anyone was watching, to explain what my thought process was between the party split, and that I hadn't just randomly dumped it on them, that I had discussed with the group. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll be back hopefully next week, unless disaster. But we look forward to continuing the journey with you.